What is up, my friends? Good morning. You're very welcome along to the Reds watch along against Brighton and Hove Albion at the Amex. The team news is in. We're trying to figure out. We think Dominic Szoboszlai is at right back, but we can give you the confirmed 11 and the substitutes for the game. It is Mr. Georgi Marmadashvili in goal. We think it's Szoboszlai right back. Then Kanade, Van Dijk and Milos Kerkez. A midfield of McAllister, Gravenberch and Wirtz. Then we believe that it is Frimpong on the right-hand side, Gakpo on the left-hand side, and Ekitike through the middle. But, of course, it could be a different setup. But that is the guaranteed starting 11. The bench today, the bad news, there's only one goalkeeper on the bench, so we're going to have to make do with that. But it is Woodman on the bench, Gomez, Chiesa, Jones, Robertson, Leone, Ramsey, Morrison and Yamoha. That is the Liverpool bench. So, yes, it could be 4-2-2-2-2. Could be, but let's just wait and see. If it is 4-2-2-2, we'll figure that out as well. We don't know is the honest answer. We just have the 11 and we're trying to piece it together. I've seen some people say the 4-2-2-2, like you've said. If it is, no problem. But that is the confirmed 11 anyway. And sure, we'll figure it out when the game starts exactly what way the Reds are lining up. I can't believe Craig is up so early. Oh, don't, Jack. Don't. Still a sore point, mate. I hate these early kickoffs. But you know, there's not too many this season. So, well, I say that. We've got a 12:45 when we come back from the international break. But for now, we are where we are. So, yeah, do let us know your thoughts on the 11 anyway, folks. The substitutes we'll put in as well. We'll give you the Brighton team now, actually. That's just dropped in. So, it's Verbruggen in goal. Then Wiefer, Van Hecke, Dunk, and Kadioglu. Then it's a midfield of James Milner, Mr. Jimmy Milner, young James Milner, and Pascal Gross with Gomez, Hinchelwood, Minta and Welbeck making up the Brighton starting 11. So we all good? Expecting a win today. Obviously no Alisson, that's a shame. He's out with an injury. We wish him a speedy recovery, of course. And no Mohamed Salah today, who's missing only his 9th game for Liverpool in 9 years, which is a phenomenal rate of availability. So yeah, we have to do what we can do. Just making a full English for kickoff. Oh, look at this. Me here. I'll just sip on the coffee, mate. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. You have your full English. I'll be grand. Come on now. Share. Get the fried. There better be a fried slice on. There better be a fried slice on. No fried slice. That's not a proper fry. If it's a 4-2-2-2, be happy Brighton struggle with 2 strikers. Yep, look, as I said, we'll figure it out. If it is a 4-2-2-2, no problem with that, but we'll figure it out. And as long as we get the result today, I'm happy. Got to back up that victory midweek against Galatasaray with a victory today. Obviously, United drew last night. I don't know if you guys seen that one. 2-2 draw, so give us your thoughts on that. For what it's worth, I do think United were robbed of a penalty. If that was us, I'd have been absolutely screaming for it. And then, of course, Maguire gets himself sent off and a penalty at the other end as well. What makes up the perfect Irish breakfast? Oh, you're asking the wrong guy. You're asking the wrong guy because I'm pretty boring when it comes to that. For me, it's bacon, sausage, beans, potato farl, brown soda bread. That's it for me. I don't eat eggs, mushroom, tomato, any of that stuff. So, but yeah, so it's very similar. They all just have one small thing. Like Scottish people would have their teddy scone. Ireland, we have a potato farl. So yeah, each to their own. I'll eat them all though. To be fair, they're all lovely. Do I prefer black or white pudding? I don't eat either. Yeah, don't eat either. Got to be a square sausage. Really? No, got to be real sausages. Never mind a square sausage. No patties, mate. Got to have real sausage. Yeah, I don't like black or white pudding, so I'll have to pass on both. Score prediction, who's scoring? Oh, God, I don't know. 2-0 and I'm going to say Cody scores. Yeah, I'm going to be bold and say Cody scores 2-0. I don't know who scores the other one. What's a potato farl? It's like a potato cake. It's farl spelled F-A-R-L. Yeah, it's just like a potato cake, basically. It's a nice square, bit of flattened out potato and flour and a few other bits and pieces. But yeah, it's lovely. You can buy them in supermarkets. 4-4-2 is the system. No, we don't think it is, mate. We think it's 4-2-2-2. But again, why are we all so pedantic? I can't I'm not in the dressing room. The manager doesn't tell me the formation, nor the data providers. We find out when they take to the pitch, and then we figure it out. But all we can do is give you the 11 and figure it out from there. Gakpo's muck. Well, you can fuck off. Honestly, if you're coming in to slag your own players, just turn around and leave. If the game hasn't kicked off yet and you're already slagging off your own team, you can do one, honestly. According to the BBC, Frimpong is right back. Again, they all guess. There's no secret piece of paper that gets handed around to the newspapers that you don't know about. They all see it. They put up a formation. The apps will have 2 or 3 different ones. You all get so frustrated. If you want, we'll just stop telling the starting 11, and you can just go online and find it out. So I don't have to listen to. It's this way. It's that way. It's this way. I don't know what way it is. It's 11:30 in the morning. Relax now. Calm down. All of these apps just guess and use data providers, same as us. So nobody really knows exactly the formation except Arna, maybe the journalists inside the Amex who will get handed a bit of paper. But yeah, it's no biggie. Like, we'll figure it out when the game starts. Isn't it Kirkes at left back? Yes, it is Kirkes at left back. That has Robertson in it. Yes, you're right. The data's wrong. Fair play. I need to take that up with the data provider. You are right. That is spot on, and thank you. That is something that I need to know. So thank you for that one. Yes, you're right. It is Kirkes at left back. That's our data provider shit in the bed. So thank you on that one. That genuinely does help. Allison's injured, unfortunately, Sam, mate. He's injured. Thoughts on last night? Was it a second penalty? Yes, it was. For me, it was, Paul. Anyway, you know, I always try to give you my honest opinions on these things, and that to me was a penalty. So, what do you guys think? Do you think it was a penalty? Because I mean, if you give one, I don't know how to. Yeah, I have to be fair about it. Like, if that was me, I'd be screaming for it, especially after the other one got given on a red card. So yeah, I think it was the second penalty, but. You know, I understand United's frustration with it. If I was in their shoes, if I was a United fan, I'd be fuming at that. But it is what it is. Unfortunately, we keep talking about the inconsistency of referees. Mark said, if you give one, you have to give the other. Nigel said, not a penalty for me. Yeah, I get it. I can see the subjectivity of it, but yeah, it felt like, honestly, there was more force in the one on Ahmad, but the other one you had him going at pace. So yeah, one was a stop-start movement, and the other one was a player going through on goal at pace. So yeah, I'd be adamant it was a penalty if I was United. Not a pen, in my opinion. Right, let me ask you this, Lucas. I'm not sure what country you're from, mate, but let's just say you're English or Irish. I don't know. Your team's in a World Cup final. That happens. You're telling me you're not screaming, shouting at the television for a penalty? Honestly, hand on heart, taking out your Liverpool bias like me. Hand on heart, your national team, World Cup final, that happens. You telling me that's not a penalty? Come on now. You're screaming at the television for a penalty if that happens. Ahmad was looking for it. He tried to con the ref. I think that's your anti-United coming out in you rather than your honest opinion. Ahmad didn't look to be pushed. His shoulder was pushed one way, his body went the other. Yes, he might have exaggerated it a little bit, but you can't deny there was clear contact on him and clear physical manipulation of his body. So for me, I think it was a penalty. But look, they didn't get it, so whoopsies. We have a chance to go within 3 points, 2 points, 3 points. 3 points today, I think, actually. Sorry, yeah. If we win, I think we're in 3 points of them. It's about not making the game soft. No, it's not. It's about following the rules. Simple as that. Again, if you want the game to be about not being soft, then put it into the laws of the game. Rules are rules. If it's a foul, it's a foul. You tell me you're not... So if that's a challenge on the goalkeeper, you tell me the goalkeeper's not getting a free out. Come on, lads. Try to just push aside your biases and look at it with cold, hard, clear eyes and say, if that was me, would I want it? And I don't believe anybody wouldn't scream for that penalty if it happened to us. As a City fan, I hope you win the Champions League. Thank you. So do I, but it's a tall task. I'm excited for the 2 games against Paris Saint-Germain, and also a little bit petrified because if we don't show up, they've shown multiple times what they're about, and you see how easy they rip Chelsea to shreds. So, yeah. Did you see Osimhen saying Szoboszlai need to be a message to him? Look, fuck Osimhen. I'm sick of him. Honest to God, I'm sick of that whole Galatasaray mob at this point. You know, I did a video last night about the Galatasaray General Secretary. Osimhen was basically the boy who cried wolf. He was rolling around the first time we played him. He's on the ground every 2 minutes. And yes, he got an injured arm. But why should anybody apologise to him? What are they all getting their knickers in a twist about? Nobody did that to him. They're just a pain in the arse, let's be honest. Their General Secretary's a disgrace. You want to see some of the comments we got on the video. Honestly, people trying to say that slave ships left Liverpool. Like, that's anything relevant to the situation. I lost all respect I had for Galatasaray and their fans. All of it. Just pathetic carry on altogether. And just to try and justify racism against one black man in defence of another black man. Please make that make sense to me. How on anyone's mind you could try to do that. It's pathetic. And honestly, I'm sick of them all. The whole lot, just whingers, moaners, cheaters, rolling around, just pathetic from start to finish. So I've no sympathy for any of them. I'm not even going to pretend anymore. I'm fed up. It was absolutely disgusting, the whole thing. Craig, would you cash in on Isak for a full refund, spend on another player? Do you know, I asked myself that question the other day, mate. I did. I don't know is the honest answer. Like, I'm not going to say I wouldn't be tempted. I would. I don't know, though. I don't know, like, because it is a really significant amount of money, like. I don't know. It's a tough one. Like, I feel we overpaid, and I think we all said that at the time. We admitted that we're probably overpaying a bit. So, I don't know, mate. It's a tough one. I think I'd probably like to see a little bit more. Maybe give him a couple of months, start the next season, see how he starts to settle in. But, yeah, it would be a tempting one. I can't lie. 125 million quid is 125 million quid, so... I hope... Look... There's no denying Isak can come back in and be a difference maker. Hugely. No denying that. But, yeah, it's just been an unfortunately frustrating season in many regards. And his lack of availability for obvious reasons has been a tough one. Keane thinks we've one of the best footballers in the world, so no thanks. Right, Keane, let me ask you this. Just out of curiosity. He picks up an injury that has him out for 8 weeks in the first 3 months of next season. What about then? Because if you tell me he's going to be available for all of next season, then no, I'm happy to keep him and wouldn't even contemplate the money. But I guess it also would depend on what other options would be available in world football. Like, just as an example, if he wasn't available but you could get Julian Alvarez, would you consider it? But look, ultimately this is just a game of hypotheticals, isn't it? Isak is a Liverpool player. He will be back in the squad after the international break, and we hope that we can get him back to full fitness for the start next season. How about give Isak a chance? He did everything to join Liverpool. He's been injured and without personal training. I respect you, but give Isak a chance. When did I say I wasn't giving him a chance? I was asked a very specific question. I didn't bring up Isak. I didn't start talking about selling Isak. I was brought up a question and I answered it. So, you know, if you don't want me to answer your questions, fair enough. But I'm only giving you an answer. I didn't raise the subject, dude. It's not on me. I didn't bring it back. I was asked the question. I answered it honestly. don't have a go with me over it, or just won't answer them. You feeling confident for today's game? Not really. Not because of the game, more because of the time and the recovery. I wonder will we be able to hit the levels required. Like, I'm mindful of the turnaround from Wednesday night to Saturday morning, but I hope so. I hope we can, because we need to win. We need to go into this break on a win. So yeah, I'm hopeful, but I never know what to expect with these 12:30 kickoffs. They can throw up some mad games on occasion. What was your prediction in the preview? I went 2-0. I think I went 2-0. I'm almost sure I went 2-0. Yeah, so let's go with 2-0. I think it was 2-0. Craig, your three main summer signings. Can I just give you positions, because I'm not really sure of exactly who to say at centre back, because I'm not sure what happens with Ibu yet. So centre back, central midfield, as in defensive central midfield, and a wide forward, maybe two. Paul, we're honestly not sure, bro. It could be either one. Like, one data provider says one thing, another data provider says another. So, truth is, mate, we don't know exactly who's playing right back. Some setups have it as some setups have it as Frimpong, some have it as Soboslai. We're just trying to figure it out, in all honesty, dude. Sorry, bit of a hiccup. Do you think with the news yesterday about Edwards, our FSG planning a sale of the club? So it's something Connor kind of posed the question to me around. I'm not sure. I really don't know how to read that situation, Scott, mate, because I can see why people would come to that conclusion, or at least ask the question, but I really don't know. It's just, I keep saying the same thing, mate. I don't like uncertainty. And there seems to be, again, some more uncertainty floating around the club with regards to the future of the coach, of course, the future of Hughes, the future of Edwards. And then, of course, you're right to tie that into the potential future of FSG. So, truth is, I don't know, but like you, I'm interested to find out. Do you think we go in for Elise in the summer? He'd be brilliant. So, Tosh, I remember there was a post from, who was it? Somebody posted the other day, and I think it was Romano posted, and underneath a Bayern space put in the Gakpo, like he put in Netherlands out, France in, like as if to intimate that we were going to try and sign Elise, saying Gakpo was going to go to Bayern, but honestly I don't know. Why am I acting so mean? I haven't acted mean at all. If you haven't got a point to say to me, mate, I don't know what you're saying. How am I mean? Somebody gave out to me for answering a question, and I pointed out that I asked the question. Somebody moaned about formation, and I pointed out that we don't know what the formation is. How is that being mean? Again, I treat people how they treat me. It's not very difficult. So if you think I'm being mean, my apologies, but I don't know how I'm being mean, quite frankly. As I said, if you don't want me to answer a question, I won't answer it. But if I answer it, and then I have people having a pop at me for answering the questions if I started the narrative, what am I supposed to do? I haven't been mean at all. I've only just answered the questions. Thoughts on the Conlan fight? Do you know, I'll be honest with you, I forgot it was on, and then I rewatched it back last night. It was an awful fight. It was just awful. And Mick retired last night after the fight, but yeah, it's so unfortunate. Like, I would have thought Mick Conlan would have won a world title. He was good enough to win a world title, but unfortunately that eluded him. But he's been a great servant to Irish boxing. I still feel for him for the Olympics. He was absolutely robbed in the Olympics. Yeah, tough one. We were contemplating going up to Belfast for the fight a few weeks ago, but times just didn't allow us to do it with our holiday in the game early today. So yeah, feel for Mick, but he got out of the game with hopefully enough money in the bank to take care of his family, and I'm sure he'll still have a place in boxing in some way, shape or form. But yeah, tough one for Mick last night. A prime Mick Conlan would have walked through him, and it wasn't there. So yeah, unlucky. wish him sincerely though. Wish Mick Connon the very best and whatever it is he does next. A great servant of Irish boxing and a very popular fella as well. Craig, how did the young boxer you were sponsoring get on? He wasn't a boxer, he's an MMA fighter, and he's good, yeah. He's back in another event in... he's back in April in Dublin, another event, and then he's over in Liverpool, I think in May for another one. So yeah, good. He's back on the full training regime, thankfully, after his injury. So yeah, all good on that one. Thank you for asking. Jay Triple D said he got out fit and healthy with the money, so good luck to the man. Exactly, 100%. You know, if you can get out of boxing, you know, with your faculties intact, your family secure, your family secure financially, that's the best you can hope for there. So yeah, wishing Mick the very best with the rest of his journey with his family and his life. Right, let's give you some comments from Mr. Florian Wirtz. He said, on this season, he said, we all expected more, especially in the league, but sometimes it happens often to teams who win the league, and then when the whole world thinks you have to win it again. We accepted it now. We're still in 2 competitions where we can win. The mindset should be that we want to win it and we want to be champions in Champions League next season. So I don't like that he said it happens sometimes when you win the league and the whole world thinks you have to win it again. No, mate, you should be thinking you have to win it again. So the mindset should be that you win the league and you have to go win it again. That should absolutely 100% be the mindset. And if that isn't the mindset, we have a problem. So yeah, it's not the whole world, mate. It should be internal standards wanting to go and win the league again. Did I hear the Ricky Hatton news? You'll have to forgive me if I'm confused on this one. Did something come out about his passing or something? I'm not. No, is the honest answer, mate. I don't know. Love from Ontario, Canada. How are you, Darren? I'll be over in Canada in September, late September. Very much looking forward to it, mate. Yes, R.I.P. Chuck Norris, indeed. Yes, I mean, Chuck Norris already up there, taking over heaven now. He's already the gaffer up there. He's leading the line. Yeah, really surprising to hear of his passing away at, 86, if I'm not mistaken, in Hawaii as well. So yes, may he rest in peace. My dad was a huge Chuck Norris fan. He used to watch Walker, Texas Ranger and everything Chuck Norris was in, like. So yeah, certainly grew up knowing damn well who Chuck Norris was in my house. Craig, you have weary eyes today, just like me. Oh, I know. I'm trying to get the coffee into me to wake up, but yeah. Coroner not satisfied. Hatton intended to take his own life. Look, in these situations, you just want things to be clear for Ricky's family and his loved ones. So, you know, we'll leave them to it. It's you know, it's private family business, to be fair. So yeah, kickoff being delayed by 15 minutes. There you go. I could have had 50 more minutes in bed, lad. I'll just have a little 15-minute nap here. You talk amongst yourself, and I'll just snore my way through 15 minutes. Is Allison okay? He does have an injury, Soul Killer. We don't know how long he's going to be out for, mate. But yes, unfortunately, he does have an injury, and yeah. Why is it being delayed? It's usually fans getting into the stadium, something like that, a delay on that. But I haven't got exact confirmation of it yet. But I would imagine it's something about fans getting into the stadium. Has it been delayed? Well, I'm working off what the chat are saying about the 15-minute delay. So when we get confirmation of it, we'll let you know. But I'm working off the chat telling me. Arna's doing his hair. Yeah, same as myself. Yes, no, it has been delayed, definitely. Due to a road traffic accident on the A27. So kickoff's been delayed by 15 minutes due to a road traffic accident on the A27. Hopefully we hope everybody's okay in that one, but just confirmation there from Brighton. Yes, kickoff has been delayed. This early on a Saturday morning should be illegal. It should, Johnny, shouldn't it? Like, it doesn't make for entertaining football for me. It just doesn't. I hate it. I hate that we have this early a kickoff after playing Wednesday night as well. Do I think we win? I hope so, is all I can say, Issa Judah, because we don't know which version of Liverpool's going to show up, but certainly hope we win, mate. And if we play anything like we did on Wednesday, we should be all right. But, it is Liverpool, so we don't know which one of us is going to show up this season. 9 a.m. in Chile. Wow. Do you think United got robbed? 100%. Yeah. I do. Like, I understand their point completely around consistency of decision making. Absolutely. If that was Liverpool, I'd have been screaming for that penalty. Did you ever end up doing the brains thing in January? No, I didn't. No, we couldn't make it work, unfortunately. Happy match day. Same to you, Liz. Thank you, my friend. What time it must be? I think you're only 4 hours behind us at the minute, Liz, if I'm not mistaken. So I think it should be just coming up to 8 a.m. for you guys. Sending you love as always. Craig, you call lunchtime on a Saturday early. If my day is early, you do 8, 9 a.m, middle of the night. If midday is early, what do you do? I go to sleep at about 6, 7 a.m. and get up then at about 2:30, 2 o'clock, something around that. So yeah, I'm weird. I do keep weird hours. But yeah, it is. Look, I just don't think as well it makes for an atmospheric afternoon. A 12:30 kickoff time. I don't like them. What's happening with the new office? Same situation, mate. We just have a little bit of decorating to do and a few other bits and pieces, but we get it sorted out when I come back. But we shouldn't be too much longer. It's already bar just a couple of few bits of decoration and that. It's just need to line up a few things and we should be good to go. But all the hard work is done, thankfully. Thank you for asking, my man. Hopefully be in it soon. Was so excited to buy the new retro shirt, but Adidas decided that they only want to sell the blackout shirt in my country. I'm fuming. Really? That's mad, Matthew. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that, dude. So I managed to grab one myself, the green and white, when I got the blackout shirt as well. But yeah, I'm really sorry about that one, my man. That's not good form. And look, the blackout shirt's expensive as well. I think €160, something like that. But yeah, I hope you can figure out a way to get the green and white one. Paddy Wacker said, Craig, I totally agree with you about these early morning kickoffs. The person who decided this originally should still be in prison. But what's the point of supporters getting up at 4:30 to watch some garbage? I don't know. I don't know. Just even for the Reds travelling down, like, you would have had to have left to go down to watch this. I don't even know what time you would have had to have left that because I don't know the distance, but I know it's quite a trek. So you're either staying down there last night, getting up this morning and going, or you're coming up at a really early time and going down like on the train or driving. Yeah. We need a win today. No excuses, Slot. You'll never walk alone. Yes. A man with no name. I'm with you. We need a win today. Look, hopefully we can. If we do go into the international break on a win, that's a nice last couple of games. Victory over Galatasaray, back it up with victory here. That'll be rather nice. Oh, excuse me. Can we expect a PSG watch along from the new studio? Don't know. I honestly don't know. I know people probably find this very lackadaisical of me, but I really don't know when I'm going to be in there. I'm trying to work through the process. It sounds weird, but for me, I have to kind of desensitize myself to the space and get used to being in it, get used to just feeling around the situation, just being in that room, being in a different room, the setup. It takes me probably a while to get used to that. So Yeah, I'm not rushing myself. Maybe it was certainly definitely for the second leg, but yeah, like I said, I just want to make sure we get things perfect, and then we go from there. But yeah, I think it's a good time frame to aim for. But like I said, I don't want to say 100% yes and then it not be the case. David, how are you, sir? Who do I think scores? I think I said Gakpo earlier on. I don't know about the second one. I'm going 2-0 in Gakpo to score, but I wouldn't mind Vert scoring. I feel he's due one, so maybe a Vert's goal. The PSG tie is being construed in France as Hugo's revenge on the club that didn't give him enough chances to succeed. I just it's revenge all around. You know, they knocked us out last year, so you know it's got to be in the lads' minds that they want to reverse that and get through this time. But it's going to be tough. They're a good side. Do I have dart counter so I can play with the community? I don't have it. No, I don't have it yet. But I need to practice first. So yeah, we'll that's a good idea though. Thank you. We'll do something along those lines. But yeah, I got to practice a bit more first. But I had heard about dart counter, so yeah, leave it with me, and it's it's definitely something we can look at. We had heard, my friend. Yes, thank you though for letting us know again. We had heard there was an accident on the A27 apparently, but thank you, my man. Appreciate you. Would I put Salah on if he wasn't injured? Yeah, probably would. Well, don't see why not. Got himself a goal and an assist, if I'm not mistaken, but certainly a very good goal against Galatasaray. So, yeah, I would probably have put him in if he was fit. But got to say this is a rarity, a real rarity. Mo is bulletproof. This is ninth game in 9 years that he's missed, which is incredible. What's your prediction for tomorrow's cup final? Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I really don't know. It genuinely feels like a 50-50 to me. Yeah, it feels like a 50-50. So, if I was guessing, I feel like there's more pressure on Man City to win it. So maybe Arsenal go in the slight favourites because City are running out of trophies this year. Premier League unlikely at this point, but not impossible. Champions League impossible. So yeah, I think there's more pressure on City. Since Mo and Ali's injured, do you think they might play a 4-2-2-2 again? Absolutely. Like a lot of people believe that's the formation. I just don't know at the minute. We're trying to figure it out, but it could very well be a 4-box-2 or a 4-box midfield. Yeah, could. I'm my brain's still in second gear, warming up, but yeah, it could. We'll figure it out when we see it. Did you see the clip of you going viral? Legend. No, I don't have social media, so I didn't see it. My wife has been shown it by a few people, but no, I didn't see it. But look, I gather it's the clip with me and my missus when I said "daddy" or something like that. But yeah, it's a bit of fun. I don't mind. I'm game for a laugh, so all good. Would you change the main penalty taker to Szoboszlai over Salah? Look, I don't mind the conversation of changing it, but we've got some good potential penalty takers. McAllister worth the show, Szoboszlai definitely worth the show. Um, I probably would. I probably would have the conversation, not just because Mo missed that one. I just think as we move forward, it would be mindful of us to have another penalty taker or a second penalty taker, just in case maybe Mo isn't playing or stuff like that, which I'm sure they probably have, to be fair. But would I change it? Yeah, I probably would. But either way, it's one of them things, you know. People are going to miss a penalty occasionally. Very rare that somebody doesn't over the course of their time at a club or a career. So, yeah, look, I felt for Mo, but at least he was able to get himself a nice moment later on in the game. Do you think we'll see the real Liverpool from now on? No, I don't. Now, I'm not saying we won't have some good performances, but I certainly don't expect us to play the same as we did against Galatasaray every day. That has to be the standard that we try to do. But I'd be surprised if we manage to do it. Canade should be the penalty taker. What, a Real Madrid or? Gecko's cool, so a chance the penalty taker to Maka or Soboslai. Give Van Dijk a shout too. Mo has been off recently in past years. Look, it is. It's a difficult one because, you know, we all have a mindset when someone steps up to take a penalty, we expect them to score. But people are going to miss them occasionally. What got me about that one was it was a particularly poor penalty. Like, I don't really know what he was trying to do because it wasn't central enough. You know, I'd like to see him even just look up before he hits the ball just to see if there is movement from the goalkeeper. But, you know, Mo has his own routine, his own method, and to be fair, he scores most of them. Lewis, how are you, dude? Start Rio over Gakpo. I'm still slot out. Don't like this style of play. Wednesday was what we should have been like since the start. Intimidate teams. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Rio as well. Let's see how the game goes today. We might see him off the bench, but look, today's just about getting the result, I think, and going into the international break and keeping that momentum going. I just hope that we can bring the same level of intensity to this game, even if maybe our style's a little bit different. You just hope that the press is on form, and you hope that we're the ones pushing the game, we're the ones taking it to Brighton, and yeah, look, it's never an easy place to go. They play good football, but I just hope the fatigue isn't too much from us from Wednesday night, because that would have been a big physical and mental toll to lift the levels to that night, and we need to see somewhat of a repeat of that. What's your opinion on VAR, Daddy? Honestly, at this point, I hate it. I hate it because I just think it's too inconsistent. Um, but it's here to stay, unfortunately. I just hope that they, get some level of consistency across competition and, of course, across decisions. Because there's a report that said UEFA are going to be meeting with the top 5 leagues to try and find some type of methodology for decision making that makes it consistent across leagues. So fingers crossed. But I'm not holding my breath. Do you ever get noise complaints from neighbours during watchalongs? No? Why would I? I'm not blasting music for hours on end. I occasionally give it a little whoop whoop. But no, neighbours are quite cool. They know what I do, and sometimes put headphones on, but them I mean, not me. But yeah, no, they're all good. Very, very nice neighbours. And to be fair, it's never like 1 a.m, 2 a.m, stuff like that. Usually the latest that goes on is 10 o'clock for the anger, maybe 11 for a match reaction. But no, neighbours are sound. Do you think Slot has lost the dressing room? No, I don't think you lose the dressing room fully and get that performance on Wednesday night. I do think there are doubts in the dressing room, and there may be some people who would rather he wasn't there. But I don't think you get a performance like Wednesday if you've completely lost the dressing room. Now, I'm not saying it wasn't partly the atmosphere, the night, the Champions League as well, but, I just preferred looking over at the sideline and seeing more animated and seeing them more, involved in what was happening out there on the pitch. What do I use to shave my head? Gillette shaving gel. I never use shaving foam. I don't know about other people, but I've always preferred shaving gel to shaving foam. But yeah, that's it really. Apart from that, he's short. I shaved it last night, but to grow back a little bit. How is VAR so consistent and respected in rugby? Why can't football just observe and apply the methodology? You'd have to say though, yes, on video assistant referees in rugby, they're brilliant. But you would have to say there's still mistakes in rugby. Referee decisions that are questionable, that don't go to a VAR review and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'd still say rugby isn't perfect either. I mean, if you're looking for referee mistakes, they're still there. But certainly much improved process and far more transparent, especially to the people at home. Any news on PSG postponing their Lens game? Yes, they didn't get it. It's going to go ahead as planned according to reports yesterday. So that's a good one. How often do I use Manscaped? I don't know. Whatever it needs to be used. Yeah, I don't know. It's certainly not as often as the head anyway. You know, that gets shaved. The head gets shaved every couple of days. But I don't know, mate. Whenever I need it. If Ireland get to the World Cup, will you do watch-alongs? Almost certainly. Yeah, I think it's... Yeah, if we got to the World Cup, I'd be fairly sure I'd be doing the watch-alongs, yeah. Who do you think will replace Salah on the right, or do we need to sign somebody? Oh, we definitely need to sign somebody, mate, yeah. Elise would be the dream, but, you know, is that possible? I really don't know. But yeah, Elise would be the dream. Yan Diamonde, another one who will come in and can play across either side, if we could get him in. Dare I say Anthony Gordon, chat gets angry at me when I mention his name. He's more left-sided, but yeah, we'll wait and see. But I always get excited ahead of transfer window. A lot of the time over the years I've been left frustrated, but I do love a good transfer window. Would you rather Frimpong on the wing and Joe right back? I go back and forth with it, mate. Honestly, I go back and forth with it. Sometimes I talk myself into wanting Frimpong in the wing, and then other times I prefer him at right back. I think if I had to... I think it depends on the opposition, actually. It's a really good question. I think probably right back more often, but I'm not against using them on the right side in a specific set of circumstances. Maybe a low block, for instance, where he can give us that extra width. We can hold our width, and really make every inch of the pitch count and try to make space for Wirtz or somebody to have a moment, or maybe even just stand the ball up to the back post for somebody coming in. But yeah, I think ultimately sparingly right wing, more often right back. If Liverpool's owners would be an animal, what would they be? A chameleon. Yeah, a chameleon. I'm going to go with that one. Unless I can think of a better answer, but for now I'm going to say chameleon. I love the shirt, Craig. Hoping for a big result. Thank you, my friend. Same, yeah. Just need to win today, mate. Need to win. Kickoff has been delayed, by the way, so we still have 30 minutes to go till kickoff time. You know what I'm going to ask you to do? If you can, folks, do hit that like button for me. Let's try and get up to 1,000 likes before the game kicks off. Appreciate your support. Have I heard the racism towards Canada? Yes, Layla. I did a video on it last night, mate. Disgusting, pathetic, cowardly. There's just no place in it. And for the Galatasaray General Secretary to call it made up, basically, is pathetic. Look, I feel like we're going to be here talking about this again and again and again and again, unfortunately. What would I like to see done? Honestly, I'd like these companies, Liverpool, all bigger football clubs, to remove themselves from these platforms until they do something about it. You know, Instagram, X, just remove the accounts off there. Because ultimately, that's the only way they're going to get change. You know, and will the companies like Liverpool do this? Probably not, because they're going to lose money from it. So, you know, what is going to change? The social media companies have really shown no appetite to put in things in place to stop this or to hold people accountable more so. And I feel like we're just going to keep talking about it and talking about it and talking about it until somebody takes some drastic action. So I'd like to see Liverpool remove all their X accounts and all their Instagram accounts and anywhere else that this racism shite is popping up, because who does it benefit? You know, nobody except the social media companies who are, again, making money from it. So it boils my blood, and it comes down to this again. Everybody will say they condemn racism, blah, blah, blah. Well, then do something about it. Take proactive steps. Show that you're serious. And then maybe if 10, 20 of the world's biggest football clubs all do it at the same time, maybe even some bigger, musical acts and people around as well, and just said, no, we're sick of this hatred. It has no place in society, so we have no place here. I mean, I haven't been on X for over 3 years. Personally, like my personal account, I'm not on any of them because, for all the good that it can do, and I've had loads of great times on there with people, the hate is just getting out of hand for everyone. It's just people think they can say anything without repercussion, and it's if you're in any way vulnerable, it can be damaging. Afternoon all. Looking forward to finding out Wednesday was a flash in the pan, or we might actually be heading somewhere. Personally not convinced, said Jordan. Thank you, Jordan. Hopeful, mate. I'm hopeful, but let's wait and see. Carl, how are you, mate? Let's hope for a win today. Sorry not being around dealing with lots at the moment. Well, I hope it's all okay for you, dude. Again, no need to apologise, Carl. Always appreciate any time that you guys have. And sending you and Julie love, my friend. And thank you, 55 months as well, Carl. Absolute legend. If we had Lucho, would we be... where would we be in the table? Oh, hard to say. I think it'd be a bit higher. I do, yeah. I think maybe we'd be in United's place, perhaps. I don't think any one player would have really saved this season, but he would have given us another option. So how many points is that worth to you? I don't know, but certainly would think we'd be a little few points better off, yeah, because we'd have had more options. Paul said, X is so toxic, nothing but hate on that platform. Yeah, I mean, I often have these debates with Connor about if we should remove our X account because, I don't see it on there. I get some screenshots of stuff in Discord and stuff like that people show me, but I wouldn't be against Anfield Agenda deleting their X account tomorrow. Again, I just don't think it's worthwhile. Really, I don't. Until they do something about the hate like you're talking about, and it's truly disgusting, some of the stuff you see on there, and people just think they've no accountability for it. So yeah, tough one. I close our X account tomorrow. I've kind of agreed to it, in all honesty. I would. Really excited for the game. Let's see if we can break up from the last performance. Hope you're doing good. I'm knackered, mate. I'm really tired, but other than that, I'm good, thank you. And yeah, look, just want to get the win today. And, then we can relax into the international break, wind down a bit, and then come back and have a big end to the season, hopefully. Did you see what Grock said about Liverpool last week? I did, yes. I did. Yeah, I've not really to add to that other than, exactly what you think, I think, is what I think. Mark said, it's crazy that everyone says they need to do something about racism on social media until it costs money. Yeah, exactly. That's my point. This is one of the real internal battles that I have in my mind about football clubs. They all know what to say, but again, actions do speak louder than words. And have what we've done up to this point really helped remove toxicity from these platforms? No. Are these platforms really looking like they're going to step up and implement change? No. So how do you make them stand up and pay attention? Hit them in their pockets. It's the only thing they understand. Do you know why the game has been delayed? Yeah, there was a crash on the A27. Brighton put out a tweet to say, kickoff delayed by 15 minutes for an accident on the A27. Any news on Canade's contract? No, unfortunately not, mate. Nope, nothing new on my end that I'm aware of anyway. Itachi said, hoping for another win. This lineup could also be played once Isak is fit. Yes, if it is the 4-2-2-2, 100%, it might give us a little insight into what that could look like. We'll know when they line up exactly what way we're looking, but the perceived wisdom is a 4-2-2-2. So yeah, we could absolutely line up that way, like you've said. Layla said, could Slot just start Ekatike in the middle, Gakpo on the left, and left Dominic in the middle, and Wirtz on the right? There's a lot of different ways, Layla, we could set up, mate. Frimpong could be further forward, Szoboszlai could be at right back, Frimpong could be right back, Szoboszlai could be in midfield. It could be that 4-2-2-2, like we've spoken about. So yeah, look, all we can guarantee you is the starting 11. That's all I can say at the minute. Outside of that, we'll try and figure it out as the game starts. Carl said, you're 50 on Friday, so count backwards from now on. Yeah, I can't believe, Carl, I'm getting old, mate. I hate it. I hate getting old. I want to go back to be a teenager again. But I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day on Friday, mate. Do you genuinely think Gerrard could do better as interim till the end of the season? I do, Jaden. Yes, I do, mate. I hope I've explained this enough, but I'll try again. It's more. The problem that I had was that we like Wednesday. Wednesday is what we want, right? Wednesday is what we should be getting. So if Arna can continue to inspire that level of performance, then fine. But if we see a flat, dull, typical Liverpool that we've seen many times this season, then that's why I would want Gerrard in, to try and get a bit more fire in the belly of the players. I don't think he's a good long-term option. I'm not for 1 second trying to say he's a better all-round coach than Arna, but if Arna couldn't inspire or get a tune out of the lads, that was the big problem I had. Fede has been called up frequently but refused himself due to not feeling it enough. Yeah, the Italian squad, he was called up again. Let's wait and see what happened. Happy for Fede to finally get called up again, said Jaden. Yeah, look, I just want the lads to be happy and content. So, if he wants to take up the offer and go play with the Italian national team, wish him the very best. Craig, thanks for calling out that idiot last night. Do you know what really bothered me, Declan? Some of the comments from Gala fans. The whataboutery is pathetic. Trying to say, so a lost finger and a broken arm is okay to you. What has that got to do with racism? Nobody's talking about. Everybody wished Noah Lang the very best in his recovery. It was a terrible accident, and we sincerely hope he recovers quickly. But what the hell has that got to do with Canade being racially abused and the Galatasaray General Secretary saying that the club Liverpool are imagining it? I've seen the posts. They're not imagining it. And to do anything other than condone or to call out that type of behaviour and racism is pathetic. So, yeah, a lot of respect lost. But like I said, some of the comments trying to deflect away from the abuse Canada received with whataboutery, it's pathetic. There was even people saying slave ships originated from Liverpool and stuff, thinking, what on earth has that got to do with Canada being racially abused online? Absolutely nothing. When you've got nothing to defend your argument, you deflect it and you resort to whataboutery. And that's all I've seen. And it's, again, unfortunately made me lose a lot of respect for that club and a lot of its fan base. And I say that with a very heavy heart because you all heard my view on Turkish football. I was a big proponent, a big advocate of their fan bases and how great they were in supporting their teams. But how you can do anything other than condemn that, I don't know. Craig, our bench is shockingly weak compared to Brighton's. Well, we do have some players out, to be fair. Salah, Alisson, Leone, Isak, Bradley. So, we do have a few players missing, but let's have a look at the benches, actually. Well, while we're discussing it, let's have a quick look at them. So, on the Liverpool bench, it's Gomez, Chiesa, Jones, Robbo, Woodman, Leone, Ramsey, Morrison, and Gamoa. For Brighton, it's Ruter, Baleba, Costellas, Buscagli, Matoma, Steele, Iari, De Kuiper, and Veltman. I mean, they've got a couple of good options on the bench. Baleba, Matoma, fair enough. For us, you could probably say the same, though, in all honesty. Robertson's there, Jones is there, Ramsey's there, and Gamoa. I mean, there are options there, but I do get where you're coming from, but I think it's unfortunate we have some injuries as well. Now, we're not on the Spurs level of injuries, but, some key players there. Jingle said, not at the game today, watching it with you. Thanks for what you do. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you. Appreciate you being here with us, and thank you so much for your support. Hopefully we get the win, and we can all go into this international break feeling a little bit more optimistic for the last bit of the season, because a lot to play for when we come back. But thank you, Jingles. Appreciate that, mate. Right, let's give you some words from our head coach ahead of this one. So Arna on Brighton had this to say. They've good players like every other Premier League team. I think their manager is always able to bring up a very good game plan. His players are able to perform, to execute that game plan. Very intense team. And they only play once a week, so that means they're well prepared. They're able to run a lot. Again, it feels like he's getting the excuses in, doesn't it? Early, they only play one game a week. Yes, Arna, you're not going to get sympathy, mate, for playing in the Champions League. That's what this club should be doing, and we should be building out the squad to make sure that we can do that, but that's for another day. Let's just hope we can get the win. Did I only hear one goalkeeper on the bench today? I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Just the one keeper. What happens if there's a keeper emergency? It is a bit strange, all right. Just the one. Do you know what? When I looked at the team earlier on, that's the first thing that jumped into my mind on the bench is, reread that, Craig. Make sure there is only one keeper on it. Here's Arnott speaking about Georgi Mamadashvili. He said, away at Galatasaray, he had to be in goal because Ali wasn't there. He's been in goal a lot of times this season. At a club like ours, it's very important to have two very good goalkeepers. Wishing Georgie all the best today. Still convinced a lot of Spurs injuries are manufactured Spurs injuries. I don't know, Peter. I don't know their situation well enough, mate, in all honesty. But it's going to be a huge game for them against Forest. Absolutely huge. Got to fill up my water bottle now. Bear with me. Don't know why these earlier morning games, I always guzzle down water when I'm awake. Does anybody have a favourite brand of water, by the way? Very first world problem, that, isn't it? Anybody tell me, what's your favourite bottle of water? And I have one brand of water I won't drink. Anybody like that, or am I just being a bit weird? Tap? Do you know what? When I lived in Dublin, I swore by tap water. Would only drink our tap water. When I moved down here, there's been some issues with the reservoir and the water, so I kind of stayed away from it. I love Voss. I've seen Voss in the chat there. You can't buy Voss water where I am, so yeah, I love Voss. That would be my number one choice. But for me, it's Volvic all the way. Fiji water for Lucas, nice. All bottled water tastes the exact same. I respectfully disagree. Ballygowan, I can't drink Ballygowan. I don't know what it is, but there's something about Ballygowan that I just can't. Some flavour or something to it. I just can't be arsed with it. It just tastes weird. Don't know. Maybe it's just something for me, but I don't like it. Christina said Volvic. I love Volvic. That's my go-to, Christina. Yeah, Volvic's my go-to. Buxton's alright. I've never had Fiji water. Yeah, I've never had that. I've seen a lot of people talking about it, but I've never had it. I might try it if I'm in Canada. Volvic or Evian. Yeah, I drink both of those. No probs. Smart water. I think I've had smart water. I'm fairly sure I've had a bottle of that. Why is kickoff delayed? There was an accident, mate. There was an accident on one of the motorways on the way in to Brighton. Russ said I bought a Brita water filter, then just filter in the tap. Tastes fine. Yeah, we have one of them in our fridge. I don't know. I like the handiness of a bottle of water. Peckham Spring. It's your only man. Gives you luminous green hands and everything, Peckham Spring. It's your only boy. I actually only watched that episode again the other night, the Peckham Spring one. The old hose hidden under the muck and Uncle Albert filling up the baby bottle full of water. We had a well as a child. Best water ever. Oh, yeah. That would have been amazing. Fiji water is alright, but it's overpriced. I've never had it. Voss is incredible. I wish I could get Voss. I drink that all the time. Love Voss water. Yes, mate, there is a delay. So for those joining us, unfortunately, kickoff has been delayed 15 minutes due to an accident on the A27 on the way in. So Arna also said there's hardly any room for error anymore. We've made a lot of errors this season. Main one is losing an extra time. But now we're in this situation. We don't have to win 8 games, but you have to play every game as a final. Toilet water. All right. David, I don't. This sounds bad. What I'm about to say to you, David. Don't take it the wrong way. But are you a doggy? Toilet water. You don't want to be drinking my toilet water, mate. Not after I've been in there. Does the lack of England internationals concern you? Could Curtis get in? Does it concern me? Not really. We've got plenty of established internationals in the squad. So I wouldn't say it concerns me. Oh, look at that retro shirt in the crowd there on the True Geordie lookalike. Salah is injured, Chris. He's injured. Salah and Allison both injured today, unfortunately, mate. Budweiser, lads, that's the one. Actually, there's 2 beers I won't drink. Budweiser and Carlsberg. I think they're both horrible. Corona, San Miguel, maybe Heineken. No, but you have 2 puppies. Oh, then you got to protect that toilet bowl, dude. Got to protect it. Puppies love to chew on shit as well, don't they? What am I watching the game on? TNT, I think TNT Sports 1. Foster's is shocking. Do you know what? I'm going to be honest, Ryan. I don't think I've ever tasted Foster's. My dad used to get cases of it when I was younger off the boat when we used to go on the day trips, but I don't think I've ever tried Foster's. Do you think Trent could make the World Cup squad? Look, I think it's weird that Trent didn't make the squad for this meetup because what? Reece James is out. It does feel weird to me that Trent didn't get in there. Like, I mean, will he make the squad? It's not looking great, is it? if we're being honest about it, like Tuchel probably leaning towards not bringing him at this point. Favourite soft drink? Diet Coke. Diet Coke or Fanta Lemon? Have I tried acai? No, I haven't. I haven't actually. I've seen lots of people speaking about it being a lovely beer, but no, I don't really drink much, to be fair. I only drink very... Like, we're going over to Spain next week. I'll probably grab myself a few bottles of Cava and have a few bottles of that. But no, I don't drink beer or don't drink much. Very rarely. Never had Fanta Lemon. Oh, it's incredible. Especially in the summer, out of the fridge. Oh, Fanta Lemon's lovely. Adam said, sending lots of love to Ibu. Very kind of you, Adam, mate. Appreciate you. Brighton 1, Liverpool 2. McAllister, Gakpo scoring. Appreciate that. And hopefully you're right. I'll take that win. A win is a win at the end of the day, my friend. Hey Craig, what do you make of United's second penalty? Do you think it should have been a pen, and do you think we still get to keep top four? Keep up good work. I 100% think it was a penalty, yeah, and I can understand any United fan frustration at the fact that that wasn't given. The other one was given, and Maguire was sent off. Now, I'm not saying that there should have been a sending off for the United second incident, but I do think United fans are right to be frustrated that that wasn't a penalty. If it was Liverpool, I absolutely would have been expecting a penalty. Red Dinosaur Mother, how are we? Said, finally became a member after watching your channel for a year and a half. All the best from Iceland. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate your support and sending you love over to Iceland. Tuchel prefers Kwanzaa to Trent. Let's smash him, said Sonder. Yeah, it's weird not seeing him in the squad, especially with Reece James out, like I said. Good morning, Craig. After the game, I got a job interview. Wishing you all the very best. Do let us know if you see us in the chat tonight, or if you come back on for the late night agenda. Do let us know how you got on with the interview, my man. But wishing you all the very, very best with it. Why are refs getting so many calls wrong? It's because they're shy. I know that's like a very harsh answer, but genuinely, I think the standard of officiating in the Premier League is just god awful. And I've been talking about this for a couple of years, like really, really shit. So sorry for those coming in that are wondering about the stadium being empty and the game delayed. There was an accident on the A27 motorway on the way into Brighton, which caused a delay of 15 minutes. So that's what's holding up kickoff, and that's why there's so few people in there, or not as many people as you would expect in there at the minute. So yeah, that's the reason for the delay. We do, of course, hope that everyone was okay in that accident, but that's the reason for the kickoff delay. Will I go back to bed after the game? No, I'll be working. So after the game, match reaction, player ratings video, then I'll start my research for the stream tonight. Start to look for the stories for that. Probably watch a few of the games that are on the other day as well. But no, I won't. I won't go back to bed, because if I did, I wouldn't sleep tonight. Like, so, I'll soldier on through. Probably have an extra cup of coffee. That'll probably be it. Do you think Matheus Cunha is a diver? I do. No. Look, if we're talking about the penalty incident, it was a blatant penalty. I mean, he went through the middle of the two defenders and he was pulled down. I at least don't think of Matheus Cunha as a diver. He wouldn't be somebody that pops into my head when I think about it. So on that one, I would say no. But apologies, it took me a while. I missed those comments. My apologies on that one, Constantine, and thank you so much. Oliver said, Arna blame other teams for boring games. I agree with you, Oliver. He does. He's got a lot of excuses available to him at times, but yeah, I don't disagree with you, mate. I wish he'd just focus on what we do a bit more, or what we don't do, I should say. Hard English pundits on Neymar. Mane better, they say. Look, I'm not a fan of Neymar. I've said this for years. I think he's a waste of talent. He has all the talent in the world, but I don't think he's... Like, Neymar is going to go through his career without winning the Ballon d'Or. Like, he has the talent to have won Ballon d'Ors. So, yeah, it feels, for me, frustration because you can see all the ability that lad had. But unfortunately, I don't think he truly fulfilled that. And it's a shame because he could have brought a little bit more to the world of football. What channel are you watching on? TNT Sports 1, my friend. TNT Sports 1. Appreciate you, Carbon. Tell us the most embarrassing experience you had. I don't really feel embarrassment, Shane. I know that sounds a little bit blasé, but yeah, I don't really feel embarrassment. I mean, something that pops into my head was we played in a football game once, and I went over, I was probably about 9. I ran over to start the game and get changed into my gear, and I realised I forgot to put underwear on, and I had to play the game with me shorts in net with no underwear. But apart from that, that's probably it. Like, I don't really feel embarrassment. How's the weather down there, Craig? Hope you're well. It's great here in Sligo. Where was the weather on St. Patrick's Day? Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's bright today. I don't really get to see this much daylight usually, but yeah, looking good. Sun shining, sky's blue. Yeah, looking good. Looking like a nice spring day. And appreciate you, Joshua. Please subscribe to get to 1 million. Craig eats broccoli with a Budweiser. Ooh, at 1 million, do you know, I might. For 1 million, I might have a piece of broccoli and a bottle of Budweiser to celebrate 1 million, yeah. Deal. Happy Saturday. Same to you, Derek, my man. Same to you. And fingers crossed for a win today, bud. Spartan said, hey, Craig, been following since the legendary win against Barca. You're a household name among Liverpool fans in Cape Town. Oh, it blows my mind, man, to think that people even know who I am in Cape Town or in other parts of the world. But, you know, sending love your way, and I do hope to get myself over to South Africa at some point. What city am I in? Gorey, mate. It's the first, well, Gorey / Inch, the first town into Wexford from Wicklow, really. So very much North County Wexford, but yes, Gorey. Right, ladies and gents, let's run through the teams one more time before we get underway. We will start off with the home side. It's Verbruggen, Wiefer, Van Hecke, Dunk, Kadioglu. Then it's Milner and Gross in midfield. Gomez, Hinchelwood, Minta and Danny Welbeck making up the attacking quartet. For Liverpool, in goal is Georgi Mamadashvili. We're not sure of the exact setup just yet, but it's Georgi Mamadashvili, then Frimpong, Kanade, Virgil and Kirkes, McAllister, Gravenberg, Soboslai, Wirtz, Gakpo and Hugo Ekitike. We will, of course, try to figure out the formation when the game gets underway. Wiefer. Yes, that's how you pronounce it. His name's pronounced Wiefer. Not Wiefer. Wiefer. The game was delayed, Harris, because there was an accident, mate, on the A27 on the way into Brighton. Craig, I'll be honest with you, the AA of sunshine, but a little ray of sunshine to me, especially watching the rubbish lots come out with only one excuse followed by another. I'm tired of them. Well, look, let's just hope we get the win today, mate, because I don't want to go off on holiday again on the back of another loss and feel pissed off by it, so I'm hoping for a win today. What's your favourite place up north? I like Portrush. Never been to Portrush. Love Belfast. Absolutely love Belfast. Always have a good time when we go up to Belfast. So I'm gonna go with Belfast. Never been to Portrush though. Kelly's was the nightclub up there back in the day. Never got a chance to go up to it. I don't know if it's still there, is it? Kelly's up in Portrush. Can I say hello to your mum, Kim? And Jay, how are we? Hello to both of you. Right, folks, we're about to get underway. The Reds playing from right to left in the first half. Sun shining at the Amex. And we are underway. And Liverpool do this thing again where they just boot the ball down towards the corner flag and try to get territory. But we are underway at the Amex. Yes, this seems to be the new kickoff style for us now. No, doing the decent thing and launching it long left side. It's just rugby style, straight into the corner, looking for territory. Irish Dragon said Kelly/Lush was unreal. Yeah, I never had a chance to go when I was younger. It's one of my regrets about my nightclubbing days. I didn't get to go up. Right, ball in the middle of the park. Wirtz, Maka, Brighton get a head in. Across comes Szoboszlai. He regathers it back to Frimpong. Kanade. It's trying to look at this pattern. It does look like it's Frimpong playing right back. So to me, it looks like we're playing Frimpong right back, and Kirkes obviously left back. Here goes Kirkes now down the left hand side. Challenge comes in on him. What's the referee giving there? Right, ball breaks into the middle of the park. Szoboszlai nods it down. He's fouled. Oh, Arna's off already. There he is. Look, there he is. Come on, Arna. That's it. More of that. So Szoboszlai gets a hand in the face from Jimmy Milner. Well, how did that game restart? Did he not give us the free kick for that? That's mental. Georgie clears the ball long. Ekitike jumps. Ball breaks to him. Maka. Wirtz. Wirtz now right hand side. He's got options with him. Frimpong goes on the overlap. Wirtz tries to cross. It ricochets off defenders and goes out for a throw in. Ekitike's down. Didn't look too bad. Just like a bump. Ekitike and Milner bump hips, and Ekitike's down, holding his upper left-hand leg. Looks like he got a knee into the leg or something like that. Yeah, it looks like a dead leg here. Let's have a look. It looks rather innocuous, to be honest with you. He clearly got a dead leg, but there was certainly nothing snidey in there from Jimmy Milner. It was just a coming together. Hope Hugo's okay. He looks to be in a fair amount of discomfort, to be fair. The medical staff are on now. Genuinely, like, it's mad. That's a couple of times, like, even the Kanade and Oshiman one looked rather innocent, and obviously he ended up with a broken arm, so I don't know what's going on here, but I hope Hugo's going to be okay, because that's a huge loss if he goes off. Craig, if you win the Champions League, what's your celebration going to be? I don't know, dude. I haven't thought that far ahead. I'd probably buy a full. Yeah, no, I'd probably buy a full version of the Champions League trophy. That's probably what I'll do if we win. For the office, I'll probably buy the full, proper version of it. He's still. No. He's shaking his head. This isn't looking good. Yeah, this isn't looking good, folks. Craig, help me. I've got a rash. Go get checked, mate. With what's happening, definitely go get medical check. Hope you're okay. Sincerely. We're down to 10 at the moment anyway, and we'll wait and see what happens with Hugo. He's still trying to loosen it up, walk it off, but as of right now, we're down to 10. We'll keep an eye on that situation. Kanade goes over the top, looking for Gakpo. Challenge comes in on him from Jimmy Milner, clears the lines, be a Liverpool throw-in on the near side. It doesn't look like a broken hip. No, it definitely looks like a muscle issue. He's back on now, trying to run it off, but it certainly looks like a muscle issue. It's dead arse is how I describe it, but I'll keep an eye on him here. He's back on anyway. His body language doesn't look great, but still limping around. That's mad stat there. Cody Gakpo scored 8 second half goals this season, no first half goals. Yeah. He's gone down again, Ekitike. He's going to have to go off. Damn. It's not good, this one. Hugo, unfortunately, can't carry on. Curtis Jones going to be the one coming on, which most likely means we're going to see Cody go central. I don't know how he's going to tweak this one, but lucky Hugo. Hopefully Hugo isn't too serious, but that's kicking the nuts for this one. Yep, so it is Curtis Jones coming on. Right, so it's Jones on. And Ekitike off in an early change. Got a feel for him. Right, let's see how we do now. See how he restructures this. Hang on. Maka, the Frimpong. Ball's up in the air. Gravenberch. Lovely football from Ryan to get away from his men. Really good play. Out right hand side now. De Weerts. He cuts inside. Ball across to Dominic Szoboszlai. Ryan Gravenberch. Out to Ibu. Why Chiesa or Rio? Why Jones for Hugo? I don't know. Obviously, he obviously thinks that... oh, hang on. Frimpong. Strike from Dom. Unfortunately, he's leaning back and it's skied. I don't know. I was thinking, mate, I would have probably agreed with you. Get young Rio on there. Or I wouldn't even say Chiesa. I honestly think Rio's the change. But he's gone for Jones, so let's wait and see how that works out. I love Hugo to bits, but that didn't seem like a big collision. It just feels like he obviously... I don't know whether it's a muscle spasm or something like that, but he clearly feels something in his muscle. It definitely looks like a muscle injury, but maybe, I don't know, maybe a muscle isn't spasm or something. I don't know. But hopefully he's okay and it's not going to be a prolonged spell out for him because we need him. Szoboszlai now. Bit of space opens up. He goes to try lob the keeper who's off his line, but not a great effort. Evil Gala fans already posting saying revenge. They're just crybabies, honestly, Jaden. I feel so sad about the way they're acting because, like I said, I've always had a lot of time for Turkish football fans. I think they're incredible in supporting their team, but some of the behaviour around this whole situation's been truly pathetic. Brighton now in possession. Ball inside. Maka, Jones, Wirtz. Come on, boys. Wirtz now. Gakpo pulls away to the right. Oh, it's unlucky. It's unlucky. He tried to slide it through to Cody Gakpo, but there was a little bit too much on the ball from Florian, and unfortunately went through to the keeper, but bright stuff. Frimpong gets a block in. Out comes Georgie. Keeps the ball in play. Well done, Georgie. How, lads, come on now. I see some people in the chat saying that Gakpo's too slow. The ball was just too far away from him. Let's be fair about it. Ball into the channel now, and Cody Gakpo backheels it off the Brighton player for a Liverpool corner. Yeah, there was just a little bit too much on that ball from Wirtz, to be fair now. But yes, well done, Cody there. Backheels it off the Brighton player to win Liverpool a corner. Craig, thoughts on Jesse Buckley winning 42 awards this award season? Just incredible. I haven't seen Hamnet, but incredible. So proud of her, and to have an Irish woman winning the leading or best actress Oscar. It's incredible, and you can see the buzz that it has in the country. So congratulations to her. It's phenomenal. Right, corner. Ball in. Cleared away by Brighton. It'll be a Liverpool throw-in on the near side. Jones. He makes a mess of his ball to Frimpong, and it goes out for a throw-in on the far side to Brighton. We're going to have to switch on here. I know it's a huge loss losing Hugo, but we have to regain our focus here and get the intensity levels up a bit. Why are you trying to pretend Wirtz is absolutely crap? I'm tired of this Liverpool. He'll come good. Why? I don't know why you're so angry about it, Daryl. I don't get what you're so angry about, mate. Because I won't bend to your will and what you want me to say, you get angry about it. That's a bit weird, mate, don't you think? Wirtz will absolutely come good, and I've no doubt about it. And if you don't like to hear that, sorry, mate, nothing I can say to you. 1-0 Brighton. 1-0 fucking Brighton. Danny Welbeck. Fucking hell. And we're back. Well, that was fun on Wednesday, wasn't it? 1-0 down. Yeah. It's too easy. Throw in. Ball back. Couple of 1-2s. Ball to the back post. Absolutely nobody there. Ball across, and then Kanade gets beaten at the back post. I mean, he's complaining for a foul, but let's have a look. There's not enough in that for me. There's not enough in that to be a foul. It's just weak. It's just weak defending. No cover on the far side. Deep ball. They had a player over. Ball headed back across goal. And Canade's just beaten. at the far post. 1-0 Brighton. Anyway, to get back to, ball through. Gakpo. He's made a mess of it. That could have been 1-1 straight away. And Gakpo didn't get the shot off, made a mess of it. Wasteful. Wasteful. Sorry, to get back to that Verts comment from Daryl. I genuinely believe it, Daryl. I'm not saying it just to try and be contrarian. I genuinely feel he's going to be brilliant. And I think we've already started to see it. Like, on Wednesday, mate, look at on Wednesday, 8 chances created. The most this season again in the Champions League. I don't, maybe you're just not seeing it, but I'm more frustrated now that defending again was just weak. What's wrong with this guy, man? Can I have that in a sentence I can understand, dude? So, did you see, if you're watching the game, you'll know what I'm talking about here, but how Brighton scored that goal is exactly what we don't do enough of against teams that are sitting deep, which is create them overloads at the far post. So what Brighton did there is have the ball left side, shift it right side very quickly with a deep runner coming in behind, head it back across goal for Welbeck to score. It's it's just too easy. Verts has played 2 good balls through to Gakpo already, sits on there. So look, there's plenty of time left in this game, but already you've got to ask yourself, how are we back here again so far? Yes, we lost Hugo early in the game, fair enough. But defensively, that was just weak again. Frimpong now, far side. Back into Soboslai, back to Jeremy. Canade. Ball into the right channel, looking for Jeremy Frimpong. He loses out. Brighton clear their lines. Canade heads it down to Dom. Man on. Dom goes back to Virgil. To Georgie. Georgie goes long left side. Nobody there, though. I don't understand why he's seemingly playing Jones. Almost looks like Jones is playing as an inverted left winger. Well, Milosh pressing high, but the ball goes behind for a Brighton goal kick. Ekitike had an injury, James, mate. Unfortunately, he had a collision and had some muscle injury to the upper part of his left leg, just below his bum. Looks like a dead leg initially, but maybe it was something a bit more than that. Obviously, he was unable to run it off. Brighton in possession. They switch the ball across. My God. Just a weird shape, this. We do definitely. We look so narrow. Look at the space out wide. We look so narrow. Brighton trying to play their way out. Jones comes across to press. Brighton still in possession. They switch it across now. Left to right. Again, Liverpool very narrow. Frimpong goes out. Cross in again. Another free header, but this time it goes wide. Fuck me, lads. Wake up. Itachi said back to the standards. Why not Rio on for Hugo? Gakpo striker, Rio left wing. I've had it with slots, BS substitutions and tactics. I can't disagree with you. I can't disagree with anybody in the chat that feels frustrated that Rio didn't get brought on. I agree with all of you. Yeah. It feels like a natural change as well, right? Move Gakpo centre, put Rio left. It felt like a natural change, but again, we're all trying to second guess what the manager's doing and trying to figure it out. So I'm with you, Ralphie. Team has no identity, no tactics, no aggression. Can't keep the ball, not counter-attacking. Is Slot blackmailing the club or what? I'm sure an interim coach can do better until the summer. Look, there's a long way to go in the game, but I do understand, of course, your sentiment, mate. It's that up and down nature that's frustrated us this season, that inconsistency of performance. You can't just turn it on for one game, then switch off again. So I get the frustrations. I'm with you. Szoboszlai, ball in. Header. Unlucky Maka. Header from Maka forces the keeper into a save. Verbruggen touches it round the post. Maka gets into some decent headed chances, doesn't he? Ball in. Yeah, unlucky Maka. He's done as well as he could with that one. Corner, though, to Liverpool. Szoboszlai to take it. Ball in. It's a deep one. Virgil heads it back infield, but there's nothing really on that. Bit of head tennis going on. And it's hooked away by Brighton. If we get trashed, can we finally get rid of Slot? I hate watching this. Honestly, if we lose, I still don't think he gets sacked, do you? Because he's got us through in the Champions League. That probably buys him that little bit longer again. Look, as I said, there's a long way to go. We'll obviously have this conversation tonight in the late night agenda as well. But yeah, here's a free kick though in Dominic territory. Gomez tripped up. Liverpool player on the edge of the box. The free kick about 25 yards out, slightly to the left of centre. Right in a sweet spot for Dom, this one. Let's see if Dom can work something here. Again, though, feels mad, doesn't it? Like the feeling that we have to hope we can get bailed out from another Dom moment of magic from a free kick rather than play our way through. But let's see if Dom can work something here. Come on, Dom. It's ideally situated for him. It's exactly where he'd want it. You can go either side. They do have a man down behind the wall as well, so we can't go low. Liverpool have a 3-man wall in front of the Brighton wall. Szoboszlai over it. Here we go. Dom steps up. Over the bar. Can't get it up and down. Lucky Dom. Yeah, you could see what he was trying to do, trying to get it up and over the wall. Does it take a nick off the wall or? Unlucky. Can't always think he's going to bury them. Yahya Mood. I hope I pronounced that incorrectly, sir. Can you give me a shout out, follow from the very beginning? Well, thank you for your continued support, my friend. Appreciate you. Gakpo cuts in field. Fouled. Another free kick to Liverpool. Too far out for a shot this time, though. Referee gets the card out. Minta on a booking. I mean, you can't have too many complaints about that one, Minta, to be fair. Jack said, we haven't played bad. That's the worst thing. We've been okay, Jack, but again, you can't turn off or switch off defensively like that, mate. It means now we're under the cosh a bit more, and yeah, it was a very soft goal to give away. Szoboszlai pings one out right side looking for Verge. Verge heads it back across. Brighton player then puts it behind for a Liverpool corner. Verge pulls away, heads it back across, but Dunk gets there, puts it behind for a Liverpool corner. Right, Dom to take it. Verge in there, Canade's in there. Szoboszlai gives the signal. Ball in. Virgil again, hooked away by Brighton. How can we go from the Gala performance to this, said Harvey Lewis. So, I mean, I do have, I'm not a defensive one, but Hugo going off and changing shape has impacted us. Now we've got another man down. Is Jeremy down this time? It is Jeremy. It's Minta again. He catches him late. He just runs into him when Frimpong's in midair. There, look, just catches him. Fuck. Minta walking a tightrope here. Back to reality then, said Tipsy Dipsy. This is the new norm. Easiest team to play against, said Blizzard. We're back on the way, and thankfully Jeremy's okay. Gravenberch, he tries to slip it through to Milosh, but fuck comes in from the Brighton player and it goes out for Liverpool throw. Verge now tries to switch it across right side. Again, Brighton head goes on it and it goes out for a Liverpool throw in. Canade to Wirtz. Liverpool have had 83% of the possession in the last 5 minutes, but of course we need to do something with that. Virgil. McAllister. Cross to Canade. Gravenberch. McAllister. See, we have a lot less movement than we had against Galatasaray. That's one thing I've been keeping an eye on. Against Galatasaray, when we were in possession, the amount of options that our players gave the lad in possession compared to today is, again, night and day. Jones was the only one who made a movement there, and they tried to pick him out over the top, but there's just not enough options being given to our players when in possession. Nobody's showing, nobody's moving, nobody's trying to find pockets of space. Excuse me. Corner again. Szoboszlai with the delivery, headed away at the near post. Frimpong. No option there for him, so he goes back to Georgie, who goes long. And Brighton headed back to the keeper. Oh, it's goal! Yes! Beautiful! Ha-ha! We'll take it! Brighton headed back to the keeper, but Kirkes was there, lobs it over the keeper, and it's 1-1. Gets in, Milosh. Get in! Dunk tried to head it backwards. I didn't even see Kirkes in the screen. Then he just arrives out of nowhere, lobs it over the keeper, and it's 1-1. We'll take that. What a mistake from Dunk. Long ball punted forward. Dunk heads it back. What? Beautiful. Beautiful from Kirkes. Comes in on the blind side. What a finish. That is phenomenal from Miloš Kirkes. Absolutely phenomenal. Oh, the composure as well. Oh, take a bow, son. Take a bow. Oh, yeah, we'll take that. What a run. The determination, the speed of the lad. Oh, yes. 1-1. Love that. Out of nothing. What a player. What he's just that run, the trajectory of that run was so clever, and he didn't give up on it. He read the situation so well, and we're back in at 1-1. Really good goal from Kirkes. Obviously, we'll take the gift from Dunk, but if Kirkes doesn't gamble, doesn't show that cleverness, that goal doesn't happen. So that's well on, Milos. Well on, top notch. Muskerry, thank you, my friend. Now we got to build on this, boys. Come on. Wirtz. So Kirkes might make that run 100 times. Might never get anything out of it. But the fact that he kept doing it, it's genius. Really good. That's that anticipation that we talk about with Milos. Oh, hang on. Brighton on the attack. Strike over the bar. Signal said, always wanted to say this. Your live/life coverage is the best mix of football commentary and midnight talk radio. To those who don't get lost. Thank you, man. I did come from a background of some pirate radio work when I was younger. And it's the only other job I think I'd probably be suited to. But appreciate you. That's so kind of you, mate. Thank you. It's exactly what I'm going for as well. Exactly what I'm going for. That mix of personal stuff and a bit of fun with obviously my take on the footy. So appreciate you, mate. Thank you so much. Kirkes is an Andy Robertson regen, said Tipsy Dipsy. Yep, it's that reading of the game was just brilliant. And the finish was no easy finish either, and he made it look so simple. And I love that even as soon as he scored, just wanted the ball, get it back to the halfway line, we go again. Another person going in on Wirtz in the chat. You're all going to be made to eat these words in the future. Keep doubting them, because I don't know if you're just not seeing what he does, but I'm sorry, but Wirtz is anything but shite. Sorry, disagree. And also, and I can't say this strongly enough, have you not learned the lesson yet about writing people off in their first season? I remember the same conversations around Szoboszlai in his first year. I think you guys need to be more patient and understand that it takes time sometimes for people to settle into a new league, a new way of playing. I just don't get it. Be a bit more patient. And I'm not saying that to be a smart arse. Genuinely, it happens time and time again. And it happened with Dom. People were questioning him when he came in. Sometimes players just need a bit of time, lads. Ngamoa should be in this game. Second half early. Totally agree, Joshua, mate. I would have put him in when we had to make that change. I would have brought him in then. How slow is Gakpo? Jesus Christ, 250k a week. Yeah, for a winger, he's not the paciest by Hammer. I'll give you that one. Kirkes has grown into the position and shown the quality that we knew he's got. Absolutely. And there was somebody even the other day, Will, trying to say he was shy. Some people either just don't know what they're looking at or are just on a wind-up. But remember the age of the kid as well. For the age he is, with the experience he's gaining, Kirkes is only going to get better and better and better. And I'm hopeful that'll give him a bit more confidence as well. Arna still prefers Gakpo with a broken hand over Fede. Don't understand it. Well, can I be honest with you, mate? At this moment in time, I'd probably prefer Gakpo over Chiesa as well. I wouldn't prefer him over Rio, but I don't think Chiesa's done that in this season to really justify playing him over and over again. So, I do think Rio should be on there, but I don't really have any complaints about Chiesa not being on. Gakpo's the worst player in the team, so lazy and doesn't even have to be technical to have the technical ability to make up for it. I think Gakpo's too soft, if I'm being... One of the things I would say about Cody Gakpo is I don't think he puts himself around enough physically. And it's probably a complaint I could make about a few of our players if I'm being really blunt. .35 on the clock of the Amex. It's 1-1. Welbeck open scoring for Brighton. Milos Kerkez equalising for Liverpool. Why change formation when it comes to the Prem? I don't know, Callum. I don't know if it's to do with personnel, with Salah not being around as well, or if it's to do with a specific game plan for Brighton or recovery. I really don't know the answer. We're all trying to guess, of course, mate. It could be that he thinks they probably don't have a full pelt 90 in them because of the recovery time. It could be he thinks that this formation is the best way to get at Brighton. Yeah, just guessing though. How long do you think Salah has left? Probably till the summer, but I'm getting more and more nervous that somehow the club find a way to justify keeping him on board. But like I said, plenty of footy still to be played this year, but if he doesn't win something big, I think he should go. I don't buy this he won the league, therefore he gets a shit season argument. I've never bought into that. Craig, I definitely think Chiesa and either Gakpo or Salah go in the summer, maybe even all three. So from my understanding, there's no chance all three goes, but two of them going, yes, I think that's very possible. Chiesa and one of Salah and Gakpo, I think, is likely to go in the summer. Wirtz, outright side. Bayern Space said that they're posting something at 6 o'clock tonight. I'll read you out the exact wording of their post so you can interpret it however you think. The post was, "My dear loyal audience, behind the scenes, one of my most defining reports of my journalistic career is now entering its final stage with every detail carefully refined and aligned in these closing hours. 6 p.m. it all comes together." So we'll wait and see what that post is at 6 o'clock. I'm praying it's something to do with Olise, but I don't know, in all honesty. Let's wait and see. We've missed Diaz and Diogo big time. Agreed. Certainly two guys who would make something happen. No argument on that one, bro. Also remember, Wirtz is 22 years old and his quality is miles better than the majority. People always tend to forget his age when speaking about him. It's a very fair point, but, I've been around watching Liverpool long enough that I remember these conversations about players in their first year. I remember it with Lallana. I remember it with Firmino. I remember it with Szoboszlai. And sometimes, unfortunately, it just does take some a bit longer than others. So for me, when you bring in a new player like that from a new league, I never try to really judge the first season. And I certainly have room for errors with them, but I have no doubts about Wirtz. I couldn't be any more confident that the kid will be a star. But look, I also understand we're football fans and sometimes we can be impatient. I'm certainly guilty of that at times as well. Kerkez to Gakpo. Again, on his arse, looking for the ref to do something. Minta now. Referee says goal kick. He squirmed, had a little tussle with Canada, goes to the floor, referee says nothing doing. Actually, Canada got a foot in the ball and played it off Minta. It's actually a decent challenge in there. There was definitely a foul outside the box, but when the ref let play go on a bit, then there was a challenge from Canada. They played the ball off Minta. But yeah, firstly, there was a foul. But when they got to the penalty area, not so much. I think, was Kirkes need to change a boot or something? I think, is Kirkes getting a change of footwear or something? I just seen his signal to the bench. And Mo was injured, Jake, unfortunately, mate. He's injured. He's got a muscle injury. It's only his 9th game, though, man, that he's missed in 9 years. I mean, what an... Oh, no, he's still there, Kirkes. I swear we signalled to the sideline about something. Ball out to Frimpong. Back into Jones. Back to Frimpong. Asking a lot of him there, Curtis. Ball back. Jones in possession. Canade to Maka. Out to Kirkes. Gakpo. Gone wrong way. You're gone the wrong way, Cody. We're playing the other way, mate. Other direction. Works it out to Gravenberch. Jones. Frimpong. Back to Jones. McAllister. Virgil. Again, it's Milosh. Dom. Not enough movement ahead of him. Jones. Frimpong. Again, not much space there. Somebody drop into a pocket. Frimpong gets to the byline. Stands up across. Dunk chests it back. And this time he chests it behind his goalkeeper for a goal kick. Dunk's having a mare. Tries to chest that back to the keeper, but he gets his angles wrong and it goes behind for Liverpool corner. He's so good, Jeremy, isn't he, at finding those little tiny half yards of space in a small area. He's so quick. Right, corner in. Brighton just about clear the lines there. Jimmy Milner back doing some last-ditch defending. Liverpool throw in, which we get on with quickly. Wirtz. Soboslai. Jones. Back to Jeremy. Back out right side to Florian Wirtz. Inside to to Ryan Gravenberch. Unlucky. He plays one through to Virgil. And then Virgil heads it back across goal, but Brighton defenders back and it's in the hands of Verbruggen. Against Galatasaray and today, Arnott is looking more animated than he has all season. I agree, Will, and I don't know if it's because he feels the pressure or if this is just a new Arnott, but either way, I prefer seeing him more animated on the sidelines. I've just joined. How would you sum up the first half? A very weak goal to give away. A brilliantly anticipated equaliser from Milos Kerkez. And Liverpool huffing and puffing, dominating territory, but not really creating a whole lot. That is my best attempt to summarise it for you. But you'll enjoy Kerkez's goal. It was very, very, very good anticipation of what was happening. And a beautiful finish as well. Virgil. He tries to go out right side. Foul from Canade and Danny Welbeck. Free kick to Brighton in the centre circle and a yellow for Canade. Ref probably should have played advantage there to Brighton. I mean, he can't have any complaints about the foul. Canade, it was a foul. Milner Plays it out right side. Brighton headed forward. Van Dijk clears. We're into stoppage time now at the end of the first half, of which there will be 5 minutes. 5 minutes added on, folks. Again, Brighton do well. Get in behind left side now. Minta. His ball across. Georgie gets a hand on it to take it away from a couple of Brighton players. Well done, Georgie. Looked like there was going to be a tap in there, but Mamardashvili just about gets a touch in it, which takes it away from both the Brighton players. And it's a throw into Brighton right side. Another deep cross. Frimpong's there. Oh, that's not a great clearance, Jeremy. It's straight to Minta. Minta now. He stands one up. Frimpong blocks it. It'll be a Brighton corner. Come on, boys. Wakey, wakey. What's the 5 minutes for? Substitution, injury to Ekatike, a couple of other little stoppages as well. Kirkes doesn't have a car. He just runs down the road banging a drum. He's so full of energy, isn't he? Right, anyway, Brighton corner here. They've got a lot of players at the far post. Here comes the movement inside now. Cross in. Ball cleared out of the box to Milner. His strike, flicked on, cleared by Szoboszlai. We've had 2 minutes of the 5. Wirtz out-muscled by Jimmy Milner. He's such a seasoned pro, Jimmy, isn't he? Even the manipulation of his body and the way he leans into people. It's just all of that experience that he brings. He's just a manager's dream, Jimmy Milner, isn't he? Like, honestly. Even at what is he, 40, 41 now? Just still delivering performances. Kanade pings one in behind, looking for Frimpong. It's a good ball. Frimpong, right side of the penalty area, goes back. Ball ricochets across. Brighton clear it. Wirtz has a back though. Wirtz strike straight at the keeper. It's about 90 seconds of stoppage time to go. It's 1-1 at the Amex. Free kick there. Foul on Frimpong, who's down. Let's have a look. Hopefully Jeremy's okay. He's still down on the ground. He's holding the bottom of his left leg. Hopefully he's okay. We can't do another injury. Need Isak back at ASAP. We missed shot it in the box. Definitely do, mate. And agree with you about Isak, of course, as well. It's it's nerve-wracking stuff only having one fit striker available, and now with him injured, we don't know for how long. Another free kick to Liverpool. It's Maka this time that's cleaned out. Now he's gone down. Referee comes across with another yellow for Gomez. He's always in the wars, isn't he? Maka stood on his foot this time. And it's a free kick to Liverpool right at the end of the 5 minutes of stoppage time. Right, ball in from Soboslai. Again, doesn't beat the first man. There's the halftime whistle. That's Soboslai's delivery from set pieces. I'm not talking about the shot, I mean from corners and crosses. Too many times it hasn't hit its intended target and they're being cleared first man. What happened to Hugo just got on. So he jumped for a ball with James Milner and what looked like a really innocuous bumping together of their hips. Unfortunately, something happened to the top of his leg just underneath his bum, and it looked like a muscle spasm or something like that, and he just couldn't run it off. So that is half time, ladies and gentlemen, and yeah, look, that wasn't great. It wasn't poor, but it wasn't great. It was okay for his 45. I understand the impact the change to Hugo would have had, so I do expect Liverpool to come out better second half. There was a bit of readjusting to be done there, and I suppose some of the game plan then goes out the window. So I do expect at half time some little tweaks will be made and we will see a better version of us in the second 45. At least that's my hope anyway. But at least we found a way back in, and very grateful to Milos Kerkez for that really good interception and reading of the situation to have a fair shout at what it was Dunk was trying to do. If it wasn't for that, we'd have still been behind. Watching along from Cairo in Egypt. Welcome in, my friend. Lovely to have you with us. We should be winning this game, but once again, without Hugo, Mo and Ali, we're just devoid of ideas. The Champions League will surely slip away. Look, let's just see if we can get through this in the second 45. Yeah. BBC's live article said that Kerkez was gifted the equaliser, but based on how you described it, I'm guessing you disagree. It depends how you want to perceive it. Milos Kerkez spotted what was going to happen. When Dunk headed the ball back, he was already on his way, and he intercepted the ball and lifted it over the goalkeeper. So he was gifted, I guess, an opportunity, but it was still a really hard finish, and Kerkez did very well with it. So, yeah, I would slightly disagree with that. I think it was just good anticipation for Milos Kerkez. He read the situation, and he did so well. Grafenberts has been really good so far, said Paul. Kerkez made a clever run, definitely from was fault of Brighton, but great run. I mean, there's still a lot to do, though. Like, to say he was gifted a goal makes it sound like the ball was past the goalkeeper and he had an open net or something. Dunk made a mistake, but you also got to give a lot of credit to Milos for, one, spotting the gap, two, taking the chance, and then three, the finish. So I give him immense credit. I'm not sure about Georgie, and we also need to press more. I don't know. And look, I'm not saying Georgie's the answer either, but I don't know in that first half what he did that's questionable. I didn't see it. The goal was just poor defensively, poor not guarding the back post, again letting an overload happen, and then Canade weak when the ball's back across goal. So, I don't really think Georgie did much wrong in that half. If Pep leaves City and Slot gets sacked, will you take Pep over Alonso? No, I would have loved Pep Guardiola, but not after being part of that setup at that club. No. Gakpo striker, Rio left, why Jones? He's an idiot. Look, I agree with everybody who wanted Rio on, and I still think Rio should be on. I think Rio gives us another dimension to this game and another avenue to attack. I'm trying to think of what I do, though, in all honesty. Let me have a look at the bench here. It's a tough one. Because Gakpo's offering us nothing. But also, if you looked at the stat earlier on of Gakpo's 8 goals this season, they've all come in the second half. So that's something I have in my mind as well. But yeah, look, I want to see Rio, same as everybody else. I want to see Rio, and I want to see Rio make them worry. So I have no disagreement. I'm just trying to look at it and think, who do you bring off now to bring Rio on? ESG Soccer. Jimmy Milner out there kicking shins, showing how soft this team is. We look so bad out there, toothless, soft mentality and physically. This is one thing, mate, I very much agree with. I do think we're too soft. I don't think we're physical enough. I can't disagree with you on that. And Jimmy Milner's out there showing the dark arts, and I mean that in a good way. He's not dirty. He's just being physical out there. And no disagreement. I've always said I think this midfield in particular is too soft. There's too many players in our team who sort of pull out of challenges at times as well. Daz said Marmardashvili will be solid, can't play out from the back. I wonder though, Daz, and I've been talking about this since I guess Manchester City signed Gianluigi Donnarumma. Do you think the goalkeeping department is changing somewhat these days? Maybe clubs aren't looking for goalkeepers to be the, I don't know, playmaker or a quarterback, like maybe we seen with Alisson Becker at times, Ederson at Manchester City as well. I wonder if the whole ethos around goalkeeping is going a bit back to the older days of shot stopper, claim your area, don't expect them to do too much with the ball. Tipsy Dip, he said, I really hope that we go into next season with a new manager. I don't think I can take another season of this next season. These players deserve a leader. Thank you, Tipsy Dipsy. Appreciate you. Nice finish from Kirkes. What is our tactical setup? There's a very loaded question to ask what our tactical setup is, because, of course, without knowing the game plan, we're all just going to have to try to read the game ourselves. And honestly, I'm struggling to figure out the shape. What I would say to you is, and it could be intentional, it must be intentional, but we look narrow. We look narrow out of possession, and then in possession, of course, we get the fullbacks higher up the pitch. But it seems to be a tactic that we're giving them the wide areas, condensing the middle of the pitch out of possession. Apart from that, I don't know, is the honest answer, mate. I don't know. It feels, again, like we're hoping for moments. Any other takes on the setup? Much appreciated as well. Whatever you guys think. Ross, appreciate you, bro. Craig, keeper made a right arse of a pass and that went out and led to the goal. Now, I have to admit, Bricktop, I did miss that, mate. So, fair enough, I'll look back on that. But I have to admit, I was reading something out at that time. I think I was still talking about that comment about Wirtz, if my memory's right. And I looked up and just seen the throw in and it moved from there. So if he did make a bollocks of the back pass, fair enough. I get your point. And I'll certainly have a look back at it. But yeah, sometimes I do miss little bits of the game by glancing down for comments and stuff. Craig, an Alisson-esque assist made up for that mistake. I wouldn't say it was an Alisson-esque assist. He played a long ball that Dunk misjudged and headed backwards. But I just want to give Kirkes all the credit for that, because it was just a beautiful bit of ingenuity from him. Should have been Rio instead of Jones, keeping Wirtz in the number 10. Can't understand why Slaw shifted Wirtz up to because it means less movement / creativity. Appreciate your Roshi. Thank you. Haven't been watching the game. How are we doing? I wouldn't say it's a barnstorming performance, Ella. It's kind of a huffing and puffing performance again, with lots of the ball, not really much cutting edge to it. And on Roshi, I'll keep an eye on what you've said there, mate. I'm still trying to figure this process out since he made that change. And again, I just feel like we're lacking pace. It's been a couple of occasions in there where if Gakpo was Rio, I think we would have had 2 or 3 more chances in that because of Rio's pace and balls that were played into him. He just doesn't look fast enough. What is the honest point of a short goal kick? To draw the press onto you. That's all it is, mate. You take the short goal kick. You hope the press comes on, and when that press comes on, it creates a bit of space somewhere, and you try and float the ball over the press. That's it, rightly or wrongly, that's the reasoning for it. But what you often see, though, is probably what you're getting at, which is it goes short, they look up, and then they just boot along anyway. But yeah, that's the plan, is to draw the press onto you. Tactical description is spot on. He played that way with Feyenoord as well. Width comes from fullbacks. Good. I'm glad you're seeing it in the same way as I am, because yeah, it is certainly something that I do and don't understand. I understand you're not wanting to be played through the middle, because maybe you think at times we are too open in there, maybe. So how about this? What I find with Arne is he overcompensates. So if he sees something that we're doing incorrectly, instead of making a small tweak to it, he changes the whole dynamic entirely to compensate for that deficiency, and then it leads to a deficiency elsewhere. That's one of the patterns that I've noticed with Slaw. You know, when we were talking about us being too attacking, I think he went overly cautious and went too far the other way. And now when we're talking about here, that space in the middle of the park, I think he's just done too much to try and shut it up, but give Brighton the wide areas. Derek, Craig, we definitely need fast wingers. 100% Derek, my man. I've been screaming for this for at least 18 months. We just don't have enough pace, man. We don't. And I know it sounds simplistic, but just look at what young pacey wingers are doing these days. You know, they're frightening the shit out of teams and winning free kicks, penalties, finding ways to get breakthroughs. It just gives you another threat and a sub threat, if you'll allow me. Like, it gives you the direct threat and then the also stuff like the free kicks, the penalties, stuff like that. Liz said Slot is not the right man for the job. So, genuine question. After Wednesday, do you think, and I'm this is just a question, I'm just putting it out there. Do you think that it's possible to put up the same level of intensity that we've seen on Wednesday night in such a short turnaround? You know, this is what I've been wrestling with my own mind throughout this. And even in the build-up to the game, I was saying to you guys that it is quite difficult to come from that immense high and immense output against Galatasaray to then repeat that and replicate that, you know, 2.5 days later. This is why I'm a little bit annoyed that he doesn't utilise the squad a bit more. Because if you want to play with that intensity, you do have to look at who is available to give you those levels. Just a thought, you know, I'm just trying to figure it out. Chris said recovery time is a factor. Yeah, of course. It definitely is, Chris. There's no doubt about it. Here's my guess at this, and it is just a guess. Do you remember sometimes we'd often say it's about managing the game and then coming on strong late on? That was something in Arne's first year that we'd seen quite a bit. Today I get the feeling that that's one of those days. That he's almost trying to play within ourselves in the first hour and then hope later on to have that 20-minute, 25-minute burst of creativity, energy that maybe just tips the game. Again, I am guessing, of course, but Gareth, thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Philip said, no, it's not. I've been on Slot's back all season, but today's not on Slot. It's on the Premier League. Ridiculous scheduling. Yeah, it does feel tough to get this early a kickoff. I know we're only talking a few hours in a difference, but every hour does make a difference when you're recovering from as much of an output as the guys put in. Like, we covered 120 kilometers, which is, you know, about 9 kilometers more than our average Champions League performance this season. Michael Elise, family at the game right now. It's a sign. Well, I don't know. I wonder, is that what Byron Space was talking about earlier on? Look, I haven't got a clue what's going on, but I would love Elise at Liverpool if it was in any way possible. We've only seen that performance once this season. That's true as well. Tipsy Dipsy. You know, I'm only trying to play devil's advocate here and try and figure this out, you know. Teams are coming back out now for the second half, so it will be interesting to see if Arna has found any way to make changes. Don't forget about our giveaway as well, folks. We still have, 10 days left this month to enter. If you haven't entered already, you can win a signed Kenny Dalglish frame shirt completely free with thanks to our friends at the Collector's Corner. Scan the QR code on the screen there, and that will give you details on how to enter. It's in our Anfield Agenda WhatsApp. And if you'd like to get yourself 20% off at thecollectorscorner.co.uk, use our discount code in the bottom corner, Anfield Agenda 1. And thank you to our friends at the Collector's Corner for all of their support. We're giving away one item every month in 2026. Right, folks, second half about to get underway. Big 45 minutes in the context of the season. And hopefully they've pointed out some ways that we can get at them in the second half. And we're underway. Am I going to do anything for the Ireland game on Thursday? I'll be away in Spain, mate. So I'll probably be watching it over there. But yeah, I won't be doing any content. I'll be away for a week. Right, we're underway, as I said, folks. So let's see what the second half has in store for us. Not seeing any changes out there anyway. Hopefully he's given them some instruction on how he thinks we can get at them a bit more in the second half. I'm about a second ahead on my clock, so bear with me one sec. 1. There we go. That should bring us back in line. Yeah, cool. Gakpo. Right, we're coming up. I'll sync up at 1 minute. Forgot to sync up in the first half. We are now coming up to 46 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There was a switch of play there from Liverpool left to right. Frimpong lost his battle and ball goes out for a throw-in. Martin said, Craig, I think this is the type of game you'd hope to get the result in, not worry about performances even on the clock. I agree. I do. I agree. For me today, it's the result that matters more than the performance. But if you don't get either, rightly you're going to ask questions about it. But I agree with you on that one, mate. Today is about getting the points and getting out of there. And especially after the injury to Ekitike, no Salah, no Alisson. Just find a way to get the win, take the 3 points, and move on. I don't know what Danny Welbeck's moaning about here. I'm getting a pain in my arse with players not getting 10 yards away quick enough from the ball. Well, yeah, why are you surprised, Danny, mate? Why are you surprised? You stood there 2 yards away from the free kick as he takes it. I don't know what is he moaning about. Just take the 10 yards, mate. Get away. Craig, I can't watch the game on Stan Australia. Something is wrong. Now I've listened to her and you and me here. Double trouble. I'm worth it. Can't speak for the her, though. I'll have to leave that one up to you, Garrett, mate. But I'm worth your time, mate. Canade sticks a foot in there to stop a through ball from Brighton. But appreciate you, Garrett. I'm sorry that your TV subscription isn't working there for you at the minute, mate. I'll do my best to keep you up to date. McAllister. He switches the ball out right-hand side. It's overhit, though, and Frimpong can't keep it in. Dunk. Van Hecke. Kadioglu. Back to Dunk. He goes back to his keeper. Somebody else in the chat there says they're watching it on stand there. No issue. Could be just something in his house. Could be, I don't know. I've no idea what even the setup is. Sometimes for Sky, even in my house, one box will work and another box will be glitchy. So, Soboslai. He loses out. Ball back to the Brighton keeper. Just as I say that there, my box glitches for a second, so somebody's listening to us. Brighton keep it in. Recycle it with Gross. Minta. He plays the ball in, but it's straight to Alexis McAllister. Maka plays it over the top, looking for Wirtz. Wirtz brings the ball down out of the air beautifully. He needs some support. Gakpo's there, but Wirtz ball through to him. Doesn't make it past the Brighton defender, and it's cut out. It's not enough support of him quick enough there, and then they were too central. I don't like... So Gakpo's here. Wirtz is in possession, and Cody runs a straight line, giving him pretty much nowhere to play the ball. He needs to go out to the right, make a bit of space. It's just fucking frustrating watching his movement. JKMFY, thank you, mate, for gifting a membership. Wirtz is gash. So Russ, it wasn't a great ball, mate, I'll give you that. But the movement from Cody was fucking horrendous as well. He ran in a straight line. I don't understand what he was trying to achieve. He literally put himself and two defenders between the ball. It was just a stupid run. He should have gone wide. Sometimes I often think our players don't pay attention to if our players are left or right footed. It happens quite a bit with the balls back to Georgie as well. I think we need to be mindful of what side our players want the ball on and what's their natural dominant side. So what's the right ball to play? Gakpo just about keeps it in. It's hooked away though from Brighton. Einaber, how are you, bro? Said Wirtz just got the ball into Gakpo again and he messed it up completely. Yeah, he's it's a frustrating one. Like, even at that ball, the Wirtz played in there, the Gakpo just about kept in. I felt like he should have got there 2 seconds before. Like, everything about Cody Gakpo feels like it's half a step too slow. Verbruggen, he sprays it out. Left side into space. Minta gets the better of Frimpong. He plays it inside Kadioglu. Opens up ahead of him now. Everyone backs off. He has a shot and it's forces Georgie into pushing it wide. Look at that again. Backing off, backing off, backing off. Let him into a shooting area. And then Georgie makes the save. We're missing that Mane Salah speed on the break. Absolutely 100% yes. And V for there. They go quick with the corner. That ball was rolling, by the way. And ball's played in. And Vifer misses a sitter. Should have been 2-1 Brighton. Look at that. Straight over everybody's head. I think Welbeck probably puts Weaver off. And then it, yeah. Shocking again. Can't fucking pick up men. Not switched on. And that ball was rolling from the corner. I don't care. It was rolling. Shouldn't have been taken again. I never said, that's what I'm saying, man. Wirtz isn't playing amazing, but the players really let him down with movement. Agreed. Busy Media said, Rio, oh, who you telling, bro? I'm with you 100%. Right, in the chat, thumbs up if you think Rio should be brought on. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you think Rio should be brought on. And also, please do hit that like button for me. If you haven't subscribed, I'd love you to do that as well. But let me know. Thumbs up if you want Rio on. Because I'll give you 2 straight away. Yeah, it's pretty unanimous in the chat. Yeah. So, now let's see if the manager thinks similarly. Appreciate you all as always for your input. Thank you. I love when we get a consensus. I love it. Jones to Virgil. Yeah, every Liverpool fan there. Look, all of us want young Rio on. Every single one of us. Brighton. Free kick to Liverpool. Sliding challenge the ref didn't like. So free kick to Liverpool. Yep, exactly. I mean, I've yet to see anybody disagree with Rio coming on, so let's hope the manager feels the same way and we see him soon. And thank you to everyone for your input as well. I really do appreciate it. Jones, back to Canade. Soboslai. Ball over the top. Looking for Gakpo. Tries to bring it down. Can't quite reach it. And the ball goes through to Verbruggen. Right, boys. Come on. Van Hecke. De Vriever. Janos said Gakpo and Jones both playing terribly. Do you know what, dude? I can't disagree with you. Jones has done nothing for me since he's come on. And Gakpo just, again, he looks so far removed. Cross in. Ball's in the net, but the flag goes up, I think. Is it? Is it a goal or not? Ball's in the net. I think he's onside. And I think we're 2-1 down. I have to see a replay of it. It looked to me like Virgil was playing him onside. And if that's the case, again, fucking shocking defending. Let's have a look at this. So the ball's played into Minta. He's onside there. I think he's offside. I think he's offside, lads. I think he's offside. I think he's ahead of the ball here. I think hopefully we get bailed out. I think he's offside. It looks to me like he's ahead of the ball, but we're waiting for VAR. You know, the eye test makes it look like he's a bit ahead of the ball, but yeah, your eyes will tell you he's ahead of the ball, but goal given. Fuck. He's onside, goal given. This is what I'm saying. The eye test is hard to see. 2-1, goal given. More shocking defending. I'd love to see the lines, but look, it doesn't matter. Again, nobody tracking runners. So weak. Nobody tracking runners. 3 men in the box. Just... Fuck me, we can't defend. Whole team is slow. Fastest part of the team is defending. I don't know what to say, boys. Two one down. Again, just too easy. It's getting heartbreaking, this, lads, isn't it? You get one little bright spark and then... Right, Arna, do your fucking job here, mate, and get Rio on the pitch. Give us something different. Give us a bit more energy. Jones is down now, holding his right leg. Oh, God almighty. Oh. Oof. That was a high foot. That was a high foot. Doesn't look like VAR are interested in this, but I tell you what, that was a There's a follow through on that. Caught him just above the shin. So here's the lines for offside. So yeah, just about on. We're at the hour mark now. Come on, Arna, get your finger out, mate. Time to do something drastic here. Make a change. Seems like Brighton have come out second half with a better game plan than us because they look like they're far more confident. There's Canada getting dribbled past again too easily. Fucking hell. Szoboszlai clears it. Oh, this is fucking... Brighton again is a yellow for Frimpong. And a free kick to Brighton in a dangerous area. Lads, this is... Here we go again. I'm trying so hard to keep a lid on it. Because I don't know how much more of this we can take as fans. This up, down, up, down. And do you know what? I'm being kind saying up, down. Because it's more down, level, down, level, down, level. Fuck off. The second half sense of doom is rising in my chest. I feel it, mate. I feel you. I feel your pain. And thank you, Muskerry, for your membership as well, mate. Appreciate you. So soft. Conference League incoming. Salah, Alisson, Gakpo, Case, and Maka and Slot out. We need conditioning all season, or we lack conditioning all season. World Cup going to hurt us bad. Look, I can't disagree with anything you've said there, ESG Soccer. We look unfit all year, you're right. And Wednesday was seemingly an anomaly. It does make you question, though, like, how we can turn it on at moments, but just not consistently. Georgie makes a good save there. They go direct with the free kick. It is the keeper's side, so we'd expect Georgie to save it, but he does, gets a strong hand at it and pushes it away. It's a good free kick, but that is Georgie's side, so you'd expect him to cover it, and he does. Good strong hand. One good result doesn't negate 25 poor ones. No, I can't argue with you on that one, bro. It doesn't. Gakpo. Ball into Frimpong. Keeper comes out though and gets there ahead of him. Dom, he heads it down straight to Welbeck. Like, how have we conceded 2 to fucking Welbeck? Like, honest to God. Here's Rio now. Rio on for Frimpong. So Szoboszlai's going to go to right back, or Jones. Frimpong's off, and Rio's on. So that means somebody's going to right back. Jones, by the looks of it. I think it's Jones that's moved into right back. Virgil knocks it forward. Right, now we get Rio the ball at every opportunity. Feed him, feed him, feed him. Julio said, I really just don't understand why we're not playing with the same or close to the same intensity as the Galatasaray game. Really baffles me, honestly. I mean, the manager will say it's because of the turnaround time, but my argument to that would be, well, then rotate the squad a bit. So I get the frustration. Look, I'll be honest, I didn't expect that level, but I certainly expected better than this. Jones, oof. Jones cuts inside, left-footed shot. Verbruggen touches it around the post corner, Liverpool. Yeah, I wouldn't have expected quite the same intensity level, but I certainly expected more than we're seeing here. Again, to let ourselves go down twice. And have to do it the hard way again to get something out of the game. Yes, mate, I know you said close to the same. I wasn't trying to be smart to you or and do it. I'm just trying to figure it out as well. But your comment was spot on. Like, I don't disagree. But, if he wants that, I think he should rotate players a bit more. Yeah. Craig, I disagree. We've been at walking pace all season. The boys can perform to the highest standards. Look, I would... One sec, let me just... header from Mack at the near post. He heads it wide. So, I'm not disagreeing that we've played at walking pace most of the season. I can't argue with that. What I would say to you is, though, if you talk to any coach or any fitness people, they would tell you exactly what I'm telling you, that the turnaround time is minimum, but that's why you use your squad. And that's the problem that we've had, is he doesn't trust enough of that squad to change it around. And he ends up going with this and trying to just find a way to just scrape through it. I'm not disagreeing overall, but, I'm just trying to lay out the facts as I see them, which is, if you go with the same or roughly the same 11, the level of intensity probably isn't going to be there. But that doesn't mean we can't play better football. It doesn't mean there still aren't other ways for us to get a result out of this game, but we've just looked completely disjointed again. What you're going to hear from Arne is that they played one game a week. That's going to be his excuse, because that's always going to be his excuse. But I mean, yeah. Look, I'm as frustrated as you all right now. And I honestly don't understand what Gakpo's given us this season either. I mean, he's been terrible in this game, just anonymous. This would be a good game for Elliott. Need more options. Still blame Slot. Bring on Rio and Chiesa. Rio's on, mate. He came on about 5 minutes ago. Chiesa, no sign of him yet, but Rio is on. 9 wins in our last 26. Oh, Jesus, Roland. That's grim, isn't it? That's grim, mate. Fucking hell. 9 and 26. I hate these kickoff times, by the way. I've seen this movie too many times. Minta through now. 1-on-1. Saved by Georgie. Well done, Georgie. Comes out, makes the 1-on-1 save. Well done, Georgie. So Minta was through there. Well done, big man. Good save. Yellow card for Maka now. Partying in Ibiza with his wife, Neth. Slot out. I think Hurlitzer has been yellow carded yet. Fabian Hurlitzer yellow carded, or Herzler, excuse me. Brighton go direct. Look, where the fuck are our centre back? Fuck off! Honestly, lads, that is... Nothing came of that, but that is pathetic. Did you see that? One ball over the top, and their number 10 was through. Nobody near him, and then eventually we get back at him. But where was that space given? That is shocking. Oh my days! I'm probably not making sense with what I'm trying to describe here, but one long ball over the top, and they were in behind us with no centre back within 5 yards of him. he took time to control it, and that allowed us to get back at him. But that is truly pathetic. How on earth do you defend like that? Gakpo to Jones. Maka loses out. Cleared by Verbruggen. Look at this again. One ball. Look at oh my God, lads. I'm going to have a stroke. One ball over the top. Over and over and over again is doing us. Just one ball. It's awful. One ball. Every time. One ball into the space over the top. Over and over and over again. It's 1:15 a.m. here, and to be honest, seen only the first 15 minutes. Wake up at 1-1, they scored, so I'm off the bed, not watching them again. I'm done until slot is gone. So Branca. ESG Soccer's a terrible season and nobody wants to be injured for the World Cup. Soft. There truly is just no excuse for the defending we've seen again here today. It's just ridiculous. Mac is screaming at his players to turn around and man up. Look, screaming at them to turn around and man up and pick up a man. Ball in, strike. Another strike, blocked. Ricochets out again. Another strike across, cleared. It's like Keystone Cops defending here, boys. It's awful. Absolutely awful. Oh my fucking days. Haven't said, oh, easy on the Stokes, Craig, man. That's my game. Honestly, sometimes, do you remember? I had a rant recently. I can't remember which game it was. But I went on a rant recently. And honestly, I couldn't see the screen at one point. My eyes were blurred and I was dizzy. That's how angry I got. Yeah, this season has not been a good one for the old blood pressure anyway. Connor said, I'm just tuning in now. I don't think I've missed much. You haven't, Mr. Crosby. No, great goal from Kirkes. Great interception, but no, sir, you haven't missed too much at all, other than somehow us coming out in the second half and looking worse. Look, it's all Brighton again. Another ball in cleared by Dom. So it's us that are hanging on in here at the minute. Let's be honest, it is. Brighton look like they're the ones pushing for the next goal. And there's only 18 to go. Oh, it's torture, lads. Has Rio touched the ball yet? Do you know what? I don't know. He's certainly not done anything to worry Brighton yet, but I don't know if we've even been able to get him the ball. Barney Slot takes off Frimpong and now Minta has no contest. Welbeck trying to nick the ball off Canade there, and we just about get away with that. Lads, our centre-backs have been fucking shocking today. Canade's had one of those games again, but both of them have been too easy to play through. Oh, Jesus Christ. Watching replays of this just makes me angry. Here's a question, genuine question. Why doesn't he bring Robertson on to play in the right back? I don't understand it. At least you have a natural fullback. Yes, he's inverted. It's not his favourite side, but at least he understands the positional sense of the word and exactly what he needs to be doing, because that space has been vacant. They've been getting in that right side over and over and over again. Why can't he play Frimpong and Ngamoa together? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know with Frimpong whether it was a fitness thing because he's just been back from injury a little bit and he's played a lot. Whether it was a pre-planned thing, I really don't know. But look at this shit again. Look, oh, I can't watch this. This is awful. Canade to Wirtz. Rio, there he goes. Beats man 1. And then he tangles with V for it. Ball goes behind. Referee says goal kick. Chiesa coming on now. It better be Gakpo's number. Hold up has to be Gakpo's number, surely. So a couple of changes for Brighton first. Minta coming off for them to be replaced by Karo Matoma. ESG Soccer said, Wirtz is a luxury player when we surround with workhorses. Imagine him in a Coutinho role. We have no workers except Szoboszlai. Can't get needed fit quickly. Milner coming off as well for Brighton. I want Wirtz feeding off a striker. I want him up and around the striker, picking up the bits, finding pockets of space. So Baleba on now for Milner. Robbo on. Robbo on has changed number 1 for Kirkes, who's limping a little bit by the looks of it. So Robbo on for Kirkes. Canade off. Canade off for Chiesa. Desperation time now. So Robbo on. Are we going to a back 3, surely? Surely he's gone to a back 3. He has to have gone to a back 3. Gravenberch is back there now playing the centre-back role. Fuck's sake. And Gakpo's still on the pitch. Matoma. Oh my God, Brighton just missed the sitter. Matoma dances through. Again, nobody near him. Squares one across and they make a mess of it. But, oh my days. Chiesa now. Block from Van Hecke. That's... did you see that? Matoma just strolled into the penalty area. Oh, lads. Footy Band said a fitness thing, we need to win, sack him. I'm just trying to guess, mate. I'm not saying it's the right decision. I'm just trying to figure out the madness. PSG must be crapping themselves. Yeah, I'd say Enrique now is only in the fetal position in the shower. He's so scared at this point. Look at this from Matoma. See his lads. I'm off. Bye. Adios. Jones just stands there looking at him. Fuck off. I'm worried about this international break. It's going to make things even worse. I don't know what to do. We prepare for games and we just make videos at AXA. Yeah. Fair. I'm going to be heading off on my holidays again like an antichrist, Nessie. Last time I went off on the back of 3 losses. This time I'm heading off looking like in the back of another loss and another shit performance. Just fucking once would like to go on holidays without feeling annoyed. Fell here from Dom. He brings down Matoma. Slot at this point is purposely ruining the season. Well, I wouldn't say he is, but he's desperate now, Mr. Acentino. All them changes were desperation. You know, he's desperate. He knows he's a man that's hanging on to his job by his fingernails. But there's just no... Just as a fan, you just think, how do you go from here again to here? Like, you don't mind going to here and getting a win out of it, but you're going from this level back down to this. Like, it's so frustrating. Craig, mate, your holidays curse us. Yes, that's it, dude. It's my fault. I'll take responsibility. I don't make the international breaks, by the way, dude. I only go away in international break time, so there would have been a break in play regardless. But I promise you, it doesn't put me in good form going away. If we lose this, he needs to be sacked. End of. Said a man with no name. Mate, I keep coming back to my views on this. Like I said, I'd have sacked him a long time ago. And you can't just show up in one competition and have a go at it and then, you know, think you can do this again. It's just unacceptable. And it's not just him. It's unacceptable from the players as well. It's unacceptable all around. And now we have to concern ourselves as Kirk is injured as well. That's going to be another thing we have to look at. Would you keep Slot for winning the Champions League? I think you'd have to keep him, but I wouldn't. I'd fire him personally because I just don't think he's the man. And I think my view, and look, it sounds so anti-Slot, but it's honest. My view is whatever we do or win will be in spite of him and not because of him. So I would be getting rid of him, end of. But I don't think there's any way the club would fire him if he pulled the Champions League out. Nor would I expect them to, in all honesty. But I would, is all I can say, because I do think that he is a problem and it's not going to go away. Jason Vlog said this manager was a joke. Gala's just for show. Robbo in 2026, fair play. Gakpo 2, meaty players. Look, the players also need to hold their hands up here and, you know, deliver their own assessment and their own performances that wasn't good enough. Because, yes, rightly we'll look at the manager and that's always the way we go, of course, but I just, again, want to know how players can go from one level of effort to another in the space of a few days. And it isn't just even just about the physicality or the energy levels. It's just the decision-making, the lack of concentration. The defending's been woeful as well. Just, second half, we've somehow come out and looked worse. Constantine said 38 quid down the drain. Should have known. Brighton. It's yeah, man. Danny Welbeck's coming off. I feel your pain, Constantine, mate. I do. We're done. Slat out, please, said USA Cop Bite. Well, I think we've got an answer to are we back? Anyway, I think we've got our answer to that today. For clarity, was only joking about the holiday. No, I get it, mate. I knew you weren't being serious. Yeah, well, God, it annoys me, mate, just as much, I promise you. Going away, I want us to have won this game and I want to be going away in good form, but unfortunately I'm going to be going away again, spending a lot of my time reading up, trying to analyse, trying to see what's going on and try to figure it out. I guess, honestly, this will probably mean more work for me on holiday. Good evening, Craig. Absolute rubbish yet again. I'm depressed watching this, ruining my weekend. You're not the only one, my friend. It's putting a bit of a sour twist on my own one as well, and I dare say everybody in the chat, mate, that's a Liverpool fan. And you know what's super annoying? You would put Brighton down in the group of teams that he should be able to exploit. And what I mean by that is Brighton don't sit deep, don't just block up. Brighton play with purpose and they come to try and have a go. So these are the type of games and teams that his excuses don't work for. There's no low block here. just us being bang average again. You know, this isn't a relegation fodder. Chiesa looking for a corner that I don't know where he was looking for that from. Fuck off. This is just... Ray, thank you, my friend. Owen, so I actually do think we're missing Darwin Núñez. In one sense, I understand where you're coming from. He does put himself about. He does make a menace of himself, and he does create chances. So I do understand where you're coming from with that, but we should have been able to replicate that. Just the physicality hasn't been there again today. Arna's going to tell you the excuse is going to be they had one game a week. That is going to be what you're going to hear from the manager, and you're going to hear about the struggle to, you know, get players turned around and prepared for the game. That's going to be the excuse, but it is just that, another excuse. Gakpo, his shot saved, and then Dunk, or the Brighton centre-back, I should say, heads it back to the keeper. Don't think it was actually Dunk, it was Van Heck in the end, apologies. Back to the keeper. 4.5 minutes plus stoppage time. Still trailing by 2-1. 2 Danny Welbeck goals. Baleba now is the freedom. Look at this. Fucking strolls 50 yards. V for now. It's all too easy. Just all too easy. Just open up like a cheap hooker and straight through. I don't think Gakpo beat his fullback before. It's an absolute shame. There's even been times where he's had a 5-yard head start and he still found a way to let the defender get back at him. Commentator said Brighton have outrun us by 5 kilometres. Fucking hell. There's no fitness in this team this year. Simon Brundish has done some good work around this as well. Corner for Brighton. Flicked in, cleared off the line. Follow up, cleared off the line. Van Dijk hooks it away. It's Brighton who are knocking on the door for a third. Jones, I think it was, with that clearance. Núñez and Diaz were workhorses. We don't have any. We're only going to have one good game a week at this rate, or have one game a week at this rate, and have to sell Szoboszlai because we're broke. Well, we've just handed the initiative straight back to Chelsea now and Villa. You know, couldn't even capitalise on United dropping points yesterday to try and claw them back in. Nope. Be 5 behind them again, so that's them out. So 4th and 5th is all we're playing for, and even at that, we've handed the initiative back to Chelsea. Pathetic. TNT, Liverpool have been outrunning 26 of their 30 Premier League matches this season. Ouch. Jesus, that hurts, doesn't it? That's a shocking stat. And thank you for sharing it, Medusa Cade. Manager's out of his depth, said Max, speak it. Can't argue, Max. And he's out of ideas. Wirtz. Look, we're still pushing to get something from this game, but look, even a point feels like a loss at this stage of the season. Virgil to Robertson. Mac, a little 1-2. Ball back to Robbo, cross in, headed away to near post. Robbo sees it out and it'll be Liverpool throwing on the far side. I love Chiesa. I wish he could stay and get games. I feel for him. His move to Liverpool in a way has ruined his career. Look, he hasn't done much either, let's be honest. Like, I know he's only got a handful of games, but he's never really done anything that you would say makes the decision not to play him look a silly one. You know, I'm trying to be balanced about it. But then again, you do only get that match sharpness with minutes, so it's going to catch 22, isn't it? Rio now. Cuts one way, then the other. Wins a corner out of it. Well done, Rio. At least he's looking to take a man on and make something happen. Szoboszlai over the corner. 89 minutes on the clock. Corner in, straight into the keeper's arms. Ava Mercer said, as a United fan, this cheers me up. I get it, mate. I get it. And you were robbed of a penalty last night as well, for what it's worth. Look at that. Again, Brighton. Space on the edge of the box to just pass it into a man. Georgie with another save. Fucking hell. Slock to get a new tan in the international break, said Tipsy Dipsy. I don't know what his plans are for the international break. I really don't have a clue. Look at this. We're letting them stroll across the end of the pitch now. Oh, lads, we are fucking embarrassing. They're just walking along the edge of the pitch now. La 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 la. Skipping their way into the penalty area. Chiesa gets a yellow card. 6 minutes of stoppage time added on at the end of the game. Don't forget we have a match reaction coming up afterwards, folks. We'll have a late night agenda tonight as well. At about 8:30, so don't forget to join us for that. If you want to submit your player ratings, remember, if you join the Anfield Agenda WhatsApp, you can do so with the QR code that is on the screen there now. Or you can, of course, use the link in the description. We need Alonso. I feel like he can unlock Wirtz, Frimpong, Rio, Hugo, and most of our players, said Kaiser. We need something, dude, because this crap cannot go on. Chiesa, Gakpo and Robbo wouldn't start for Wolves, said Sonder. All we need is for Arsenal to lose or drop. I don't know what you mean by that one, bro. Should be about 6-1 by now. Please keep slot. Again, I don't want to hear any more shite from the players after this either about, they know what they have to do. We need to knuckle down. We need to work harder. Because there's no more time for the bullshit excuses. Because that's all there's been. It's just talk. Talk about what we have to do. Talk about what we should do. Talk. Not enough action. This is the level of effort Friday before a holiday. It's not really a holiday, to be fair. They're going on international duty, but I get your point. As a Toon fan, I would love to be in your position. Yeah, I get that, but and I don't mean this to be disrespectful, but I guess the ambitions are understandably different between the two clubs, mate. Yeah, I don't mean that to be disparaging or anything. I'm genuinely just saying, like, our ambitions would be a bit loftier, but I don't know, mate. It feels like another downer for us, unfortunately. We came into this season full of so much hope, especially after the signings and stuff, but it hasn't worked out. And still Brighton pushing here. As the United folks that are in to go, could be anything this. Could have been 4, 5, 6. Now, Rio. Brighton getting bodies back. Rio, he's brought down. That's 100% yellow card. And a free kick to Liverpool. Wide left. Where's the Champions League motivation? Said Jason. It feels like they're thinking, all right, we have to win this Champions League. But, I mean, best of luck with that one. You're right, by the way, Jason. I stayed up for this, 1 a.m. in Oz, said Nathan. Well, I applaud your support, mate, but I understand your frustration, Nathan, as well. Leeds fan, even I want Slot out. You deserve better. Thank you, man. Yeah, we do deserve better than we're seeing. Especially with we've better players than the performances are seeing. I can't figure it out, mate. It's the most frustrating season I've had as a Liverpool fan. And I mean that sincerely. Szoboszlai, I don't know what that was, but it goes straight through to the keeper. I can hear the Europa League anthem from here. I think the Conference League anthem maybe even made the way this is going. Who knows? Did we get a shot on target in the second half? Yes, I think. I think Jones had a shot saved by the keeper, touched around the post on his left foot, if I remember correctly. Don't know what happened to the team we had on Wednesday. He didn't rotate it enough for me from the starting 11, but, you know, he's going to say no Salah, no Alisson, Ekitike getting injured. You know, I'm just preparing you for what the excuses are going to be. But ultimately, you're right. With the talent we have, the effort hasn't matched that. Nor is the game plan today, because I don't know what that game plan is. Chiesa absolutely shocked he didn't get a corner there. Linesman points for a goal kick. We're in the last minute of stoppage time. How many games is this now he's lost this season? It must be something. It has to be a record for us in the Premier League for games lost in the season. Like, imagine being those travelling Liverpool fans that have gone all the way down there, spent their money, took their time, travelled all that way for that shite. 10 league, fuck off. That is pathetic. 10 defeats in the season as Liverpool manager. That is embarrassing. Gakpo will be world class once he realises he has a second foot, said Aaron. Lads, this is shocking. Absolute Hodgson-esque. At least with Hodgson we knew what we were though, right? Gary said players have been shite. Rio came through too late. Imagine him under Klopp. Yes, would have been a lot better, my man. Again, it's Brighton pushing here. Free kick to Liverpool, but deep in our own half. We're into the additional time now, and it's looking like we're going to succumb to another defeat. Craig, how's things? Slot out is useless. Not too bad on a personal level, thanks, guys. Frustrated with this, as I'm sure you can imagine, but you aren't wrong on the slot out part, mate. We haven't even come close in the second half. Haven't even come close to forcing the issue and finding it a way to win it or even get into it. Again, Szoboszlai trying to barge his way out of defence through 3 players. He gets fouled, free kick. We're in the 98th minute now. And that's that. Ref blows it up. Another league defeat for Liverpool on their Arna slot. The embarrassment of a season continues. Congratulations to Brighton. Better team on the day. Certainly deserved their victory. It's pathetic. It just is, lads. This is where we're at. This is the shit show we're in under this manager. Again, want to congratulate our opponents. You know, Brighton did their job, won the game. Fair play to Brighton. But again, lads, what do you say? Except sack him. What do you say? You know, can't even put together. What's that now? Loss, draw, win, loss. Not good enough as Liverpool manager. He has to go. He has to go. Because nothing about him is going to get the job done. We're not going to win the Champions League. And at this point, it doesn't even look like we're going to qualify for it. How long does it have to go on? How bad does it have to be? You know? Why are they risking our season again? Just fire him, please. I don't even want to get angry about it. Just fire him. Bring Gerrard or somebody in. Anyone that can do something to get a tune out of these players. Pathetic performance, Sunday League stuff, said Amteki. How lucky are we? Other teams have been awful. Very, Jamie. It's just unacceptable in every level to have the players we have and to play with that. And it's over and over again. WTF was that, said Stevie Boy. That, my friend, was unacceptable. That's what that was. Folks, we'll be back in 60 seconds for the match reaction. We have 4 wins. Before you go, last stat. We have 4 wins in our last 13 Premier League games. 4 wins in 13. as the reigning champions. That is truly, truly embarrassing. They should be hanging their heads on this one. This is shocking. I don't know what else to say. The highs of Wednesday have been replaced with reality yet again. And reality is that Liverpool are falling away in the Premier League. Chelsea have a chance to move 2 points clear of us with a win. And again, we've left ourselves with a lot of work to do. But we got what we deserved. We deserved nothing from this game. Brighton deserved their win. We were absolutely appalling. We'll see you guys for the match reaction in 60 seconds time. It's going to be an angry one, I can promise you that. But thank you to everyone that tuned in. If you can, please do hit that subscribe button for me before you head off. I'll see you in 60 seconds. We've a lot to talk about.